Hey Rativa, hey Lila, hey Penny, hey Robin, hey Special K. How y'all doing and how y'all day been? Can y'all hear me? Can you all hear me? Okay. How y'all doing? Okay, Lila and Robin. I'm gonna get started in a minute. Hey Pammy Poo. Yeah, it was a long day. I thought the day was never gonna end at work. I volunteered for overtime, and when it came time for me to get off my regular time, I was like, Lord, why did I volunteer? And I dropped the link for anybody that wants to come up. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not gonna be on here long. The reason I'm doing this live, hey Kim Kobe. The reason I'm doing this live is because y'all know that I do videos on Brianna, and for the people that really know who I am, they've been in my. A couple of them have been in my inbox. A lot of people don't know my name on Facebook, but I've been getting the little things. They say I should leave the story alone and this, that, and the other. And I'm grown. Nobody tells anybody that has their own page what to do. And they want to know why we won't let it go. They want to know why we still worried about what she's doing. And hey, Miss Sunshine. It is not that we worried about what she's doing, but once you start blogging on her, she does so much stupid shit. It's hard to not blog on her because she won't come to the internet and be authentic and be honest. I guess she's been authentic and honest because she's showing who she really is. Anything less would be fake. But a lot of people came in this story late, don't know the real, and they running with what they see what other people are putting out. And no, it's not about Brianna and it's not about Robert anymore because a whole different sector done came out of that sector. I'm not involved in that sector. I won't get involved in that sector. I came to talk about. Well, I started blogging on her, and like I said, she's still doing so much foolish stuff. Is if I'm gonna call myself a blogger, I'm gonna talk about it. Nobody can stop me from talking about it. But I just want to like reiterate why we are here, and that's because of her. Had she listened to Robert, we would not be here, because when they went through their personal divorce, that was their business. She should have kept it off the internet. But she thought she was doing her big one by popping her shit and coming on here talking shit and downgrading this man, and that's why we still here. Um, when she first came to the internet, he tried to get her to walk that back and try to get her to say it was a skit because he had been doing this way longer than her, and by him doing this way longer than her, he knew that this story was going to catch a tail, and it was not. It was going to catch a fire up under, and it was not. Once it caught fire up under, it was not going to go away. But she had people cheering her on for acting an idiot on the internet, and that's why we are still here. If she had listened to him, they could have had a quiet divorce. Say they decided to go their separate ways. She could have been putting out her content. Nobody would could be concerned about her. But she's such a hothead and she hates the idea of defeat. So she's gonna do whatever she has to do to make it seem like she's Big Bria, as she called herself. And that's um that and the way that she talks about people and she gets with other people. Hey Tabby, gets with other people and talk about her supporters or talk about people that blog on her. That's why That's why a lot of people are not letting it go. I'm gonna show a video from where she went on when this first came out. I don't know who was here from when it first came out, but it started coming down my timeline. So I had no, I had a choice not to watch it, but I watched the stuff that was coming down my timeline. And at first, I kind of believed her because I had watched them off and on over the years, and I kind of believed her. But when I looked at him, I was like torn between the two because I liked them as a dynamic. Um, but once she kept talking and kept talking and kept talking, it was apparent that she was lying. It did not take Stevie Wonder to see that she was lying because her story kept going back and forth and back and forth. And my thing is, if I've been abused, if I was abused, there's no way I would do some of the things that she did in the beginning. Like she was calling his brother, trying to get back with him, trying to get him to talk for her, to counsel them back together. She was showing up at his hotel with nothing on, trying to get him to make love to her. I'm not going to use the other word. She was doing too many things that was not in line with the woman that had been abused. When she thought that he was going to get back with her, she got out here and walked back everything that she put out there. Um, and then she started, once she realized that it was over, she started going on all these interviews. I had all the interviews, but some of them have been removed. Hey, Tanya and Shakila, once I've been trying to do this live since I've been trying to do this live since last weekend. And so in between then and now, a lot of the interviews that I found have been removed. Why, I do not know. But I still have one, and well, I think I got one. And Latay, somebody sent me one that I'm going to use that Latay did, and then I got like little clippings of her um, telling the grand lie. I'm gonna share this video. Let's see, share screen, and I don't know which one it is. Is it this one? I think it's this one too. It's this one. Hey, Creisha. Yeah, that is what scorn people do. Is it not that one? Not that. No. Can y'all see that? Okay, this is the one of the videos of the interview. It wasn't a really. This one wasn't really an interview. This one was when they went. I guess this was an interview with both of them, and she was supposedly taking accountability for what she had done. But you all listen at her version of accountability. If you all follow her, or if you all come across her video, she's always saying, "I hey Spicy Brown." She's always saying, "I take accountability for everything that I do." This is her um this is her version of
For
accountability.
disrespecting you, for calling you out your name when you throw low shots at me. I apologize for not being woman enough because I wanted to walk away and not keep an argument going when our kids is banging at the door wondering what's going on.
Can y'all hear?
I apologize for not standing in the heat of the moment, trying to battle with you and go back and forth because it always go physical. I apologize for bringing our stuff to social media, and I wish I would have never said nothing, but I wanted it to end. I apologize for saying all the stuff that I ever said about you on the internet and bringing truth to the internet about you.
So you all see those backhanded apologies. I apologize for bringing it to the internet. If it was a sincere apology, she would have left it at that. Hey, treasured life. But she brought it, okay, she did an apology, but she did it with a backhand um this. I apologize for bringing it to the internet, telling the truth about you, as if what she's saying was true. So her version of accountability is giving backhanded disses.
And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry for standing in my truth. But I do apologize for continuing to drag this out on social media and to continue
Exactly.
to bash and humiliate you. I apologize for that. And that's it.
You apologize for saying that stuff is abuse when it's not. I've never abused you.
You dragging me across the floor is abuse.
I've never dragged you across
Just because you did not leave bruises does not mean that you did not abuse me. The reason why I didn't go to jail when the police came is because I did not have bruises. You dragged me across the floor. I screamed and called for my kids. Even my stepdaughter said that on video when they were banging at the door. I came outside. I'm always a runner. I don't like to argue. I don't like to keep going back and forth because it gets worse with you. If I don't understand when you say, oh, you don't comprehend, you don't understand what I'm saying, you get louder and louder and louder, and I understand that no matter how many times you say that same sentence, yelling at me, it's a difference between talking to me and talking at me. It's a difference.
That does not mean...
my experience of you was abuse, mentally, emotionally, and physically. I said you never broke a finger. I said you never broke anything on me. That's what I said. I said this was the first time you ever broke something on me. I never said you never abused me. I never said that. I said that you did not give me black eyes. I said that you did not leave bruises on me. I said you did not leave me black and blue. Again, trying to protect your image. But I never said that you never abused me, Robert. I never said that.
Well,
this is the first time it went to this extent.
Well, I'm telling you I've never abused you, and I'm telling you you verbally abused me.
And that's fine.
You mentally abused me.
That's fine. That's your experience.
No, that's the truth.
Okay.
You have to do that.
Can I take this moment and show my husband what accountability is, please? Can I please?
Okay. So did you all see the look on his face when she started telling all the things? Hey, Gemini Rising, all the things that he allegedly done to her. He looked like, as she was calling this stuff out, he was genuinely shocked because she's describing a version of him he didn't know about. Okay, here's her walking that back. Give me a second. Is it this one?
Because a lot of people feel like abuse is...
Wait a minute.
And I want to talk about abuse as well, because a lot of people feel like abuse is just being punched on, pulled down the steps, kicked, and that's not what abuse is. That's not the only type of abuse. There's mental and emotional abuse as well. So when I say abuse, I'm meaning emotional and mental. Y'all seen a lot of Texas. I'm talking about that mostly. Me having a broken finger has never happened. Me being punched and kicked, and like so many people made all these stories from I don't know what, but none of that happened to me. I never had a black eye. I never been thrown into a wall. None of that stuff. So when I say 6 years, I mean emotional and mental abuse. As people doing arguments all the time. So when I keep seeing this narrative of woman beater, I'm like, now I ain't say he damn pushed me down the stairs and blacked my eye and kicked me in the back. And people just took it way too far. But abuse is abuse. And this has never happened before. But like I said, I'm at peace. I pray for him to have peace. I pray him nothing but the best, success, and me as well. Happiness is found within. Yes. So I can't be up here preaching and telling y'all about self-love, and then I'm not even focusing on self-love. I gotta focus on self-love for me too. I gotta practice what I preach. I can't be on here preaching to y'all, self-love is the best love. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. You have to really, 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 really do the work. Can't just talk about it. You gotta be about it.
Okay, I saw a comment. Yep, that's the contradictor and the blame. And she just said on the interview that she just said she contradicted herself so many times. And she is a terrible liar, Gemini rising. But she contradicted herself so many times during the course of when this first happened. That's when people started leaving her. And that's when they realized that Robert was being framed because he wanted to divorce her. She came out and said that she was the one that wanted the divorce while she was live. She got papers served to her. Okay, the person that does the filing, they have the other person served, but she got caught red-handed on camera lying. And I saw somebody in one of my comments on one of my videos stated that once they saw her get them papers on live about her divorce, that's when they stopped following her because they realized she was a liar because she had been saying, I filed for divorce, that's why I left. But all of this that we're seeing or that we've seen up to this far is because Robert left her. Robert did not want the marriage no more. And my grandmother used to say, she used to tell my grandmother used to tell her sister all the time, I'll stop telling the truth on you as soon as you stop lying. So my aunt used to get really mad at my grandmother because she would tell one lie, and then my grandmother would come back and tell the truth. Then she would call my grandmother and tell my grandmother to stay out her business. My grandma would be like, I'll stop telling the truth on you if you stop running around here lying. But and that's where she is. She's trying to stop all the bloggers from talking about her because we break her lies down. We take her shit and we break it down. And she does not want to lose any more supporters because she's lost a lot of supporters because they are looking now because people are pointing out her lies, and because people are pointing out her lies, she losing supporters. Yeah, she's still getting a lot of views because a lot of people go over there to see her shenanigans, but I'll leave that alone. But anyway, it's another video I want to show. That's that one. Take it off. That one. Stop screen. Yeah, she is a big narcissist. That's when you woke up, Gemini. Hey, you changed me. Hey, Tamara Tunde. Settings. Wait a minute. Settings. I want to share. Share. Here's another one when she walked back the lie. Y'all had that other interview. I could not find it.
My story never changed. What I said was he wasn't a woman beater. That's what I said. When I said abuse for 6 years, I'm talking about emotionally, mentally. I don't think y'all know what fully extent of different types of abuse is. My story never changed.
Latte, I'm about to use one of your videos. I hope you don't mind, sweetie. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Is this Latte? I think that's it.
Person coming up, my whole body would shut down. I'd be like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna get off live. I'll talk to you guys next time. And they would see that and they'd be like, why she change all of a sudden? And they would vocalize. Like, even now, they were like, girl, I ain't never seen all your teeth. I know you ain't. You never seen them. I never smiled this much. I've never been this happy. So during the courses, they have mediations to where it helps you calm and reprogram your mind and reprogram yourself so that when a person comes around or if you see that person, it doesn't affect you as much. So The meditation definitely help in the courses. They give you work to do. They give you homework to do. They give you goals to set out. First 30 days, celebrate yourself for blocking them.
Yeah.
Then another 30 days. Then they have, for those who don't know, they have parenting with a narcissist. So you can do that as well, so that you can learn how to parent with that type of person and what kind of lawyer you need to get involved to understand what you're going through to fight for you.
Wow.
So
awareness.
Sheesh. Wow. And I think people don't realize, like,
something. My husband did not want me to stay home with the children to control me. My husband wanted me to stay home because it made more sense for our family. It made sense for me to stay home and have my own business, which is what he has helped me get today. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have this fan page. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be making as much money as I am making. That's the king, okay? When he come into your life and upgrade you, not downgrade you and try to control your every thought and your every move. So when people kept saying, oh, that's she talking about herself. No, baby. Because I am where I am today because of my husband. My husband upgraded me, not downgraded me, not control me, not nothing. I do what I want to do when I want to. Okay? He don't control me. So I was...
Okay, how do I get rid of that over there? Yeah, I can't find, okay, the chat. So, Latoya, I didn't get to watch it before I started, but that was part of that interview when she was telling those people how he did her, drug her across the floor, blacked her eyes, swole her head. She was going on a smear campaign to smear this man and to destroy this man. She went for the first 3 or 4 months after they separated. She was going on the videos, making these videos, talking about him, talking about under his clothes. And then she started getting invited to all these domestic violence interviews, and that was a part of one of them. But yeah, she needs to practice what she preached. It makes me sick to my stomach too. And I don't know. It's just something about that girl. Something about her. She's a narcissist. She loves to use the word narcissist, but she's the biggest narcissist I've seen. One of the biggest narcissists I've seen on social media. Yeah. But she is a master manipulator. You got that right. And she's still doing it to this day. She's still manipulating people. She if Robert would have told her, and I think somebody else said this in a live last week, if Robert would have told her, okay, we can work this out, she would still be with Robert. Hey Terry, she would still be with Robert. The only reason that divorce went through is because Robert said, I've had enough, and did not look back. She's in a whole different relationship right now, and she's still making this man's life hard. On my video I put out this morning, I'm not sure if you all seen it, but it was talking about that. You all remember last week when Robert had the kids, how she sent those kids over there with their hair done. Okay. She made a big deal because Robert put a video up. Mostly was getting her hair braided and she was crying. She goes behind him and put a video up of her doing Mostly's 2 puffs. She took the brush and she did not untangle that hair. She did not comb that hair out. She took them puffs and took the rubber band off, brushed the edges up and put it back in the rubber band, puffed it up a little bit, did both sides like that. Mostly has thick hair. So there's no telling how long her hair had been in the original puffs for her to just brush the edges and put them back in the same puffs. So naturally, when you got somebody that's going to detangle the hair in order to give it a style, it's going to, if you're tender-headed, it's going to hurt. There's no way around it. It's going to hurt a little bit. But she tried to make a deal about embracing your natural hair. And at the same time, embracing your natural hair, that's why she let the baby have the puffs. But at the same time, the other daughter is with her father and started locks. Hey, Nina. Hey, love me. How y'all doing? Started locked this child's hair up. And she praised that move. It's still, okay, both of them natural hairstyles. When one dad gets the hair done, she's praising him. But with Robert, it's a problem. Why is that? Why everything that Robert do is a problem, but she praised the other two? She has torn this man down. She's taken this man and she has torn him down and still trying to tear him down to this day. That makes me wonder if she ever loved him. Hey, Nita, that makes me wonder, did she ever love him? Because ain't no way, there's no way that you can love somebody or ever have loved somebody and want to see them homeless, want to see them with nothing, especially the father of your child. Yeah, she did say she'll never heal from him, and her actions are showing that. How are you gonna have a healthy co-parenting relationship when you breaking down everything that this man does? Everybody sees the videos when he has that child. That man loves that child. You can't take it away from him. The only thing that they can say is that he always got the cameras in her face. But they cannot say he's not a good father, and they cannot say he don't love her, because when he's with her, that's quality time that we witness. He's taken her to the parks. He's taken her, like the last time he had her. He took, thank you, real talk with Brett. He took her to the park. He took her to this little place where she was practicing. Hey, thank you, Penny J. Took for the super chat, I'm sorry. He took her to the park. He took her to this little grocery store, I guess, where they learn how to work. He took her to um, another place where she was, I think it was a little fake beauty salon. So he's doing, and when he shows them, they're playing games. He's really interacting and spending quality times. He did a video the last week of them. He did a video of them last week of he did a little dancing videos too, but he did a video of them last week of her facing her fears. So if you got this kind of father in your child's life, your child is not going to always be a child, and the internet is going to always be around. Hey, Courtney, the internet is going to always be around, and she's going to one day see this foolishness that you're putting out there about her dad. And I know she's hearing it in the house. And children will sit back, but when they get old enough, baby, when they get old enough, your ass see it again. They will bring tears to your eyes about something you did when they were smaller. She said, no, she didn't love him. She used him to make the last baby daddy mad because he probably told her, nobody gonna want you with 3 kids, and she had to prove them wrong. I believe that. She said, she needs to be held accountable for what she did to him and for all the money she has cost him. That's what I agree with that too. But Robert will not do anything about that because that's his child's mother. But he could go to court and actually show where he was before and how her smear campaign has him now. Because had she never done what she did, Robert would not be going through what he's going through, and people would not still be talking about her. They would just be enjoying their content. But because of the things that she's done, that's why we are here. That's why this section or this sector, that's why it's here right now. Because she got out there and she broadcasted a bunch of lies. She may have told us an inkling of truth because, yes, they did abuse each other. They did abuse each other verbally. But as far as physical abuse, the only proof of physical abuse that I've seen was when she was slapping him upside his head and when she was jacking him up in the pool. I haven't seen any other physical abuse. She thinks she's untouchable. Yeah, she does that. She thinks she's that girl and God only shows her favor. But in another video I made, people love to give God credit for everything, but everything that happens in your life, God does not, everything is not of God. And God allows the devil to allow you to get blessings from him too. And you cannot say that you're being blessed by God when you're tearing other people down. You can't say your blessings came from God and you tore the man that put you in your position all the way down. You can't say that was God. God was not in that. This man did not come forward, and he was not saying anything about you, but you was steady tearing him down every chance you got. Every chance you got, you in front of the cameras popping your shit, tearing this man down, and he was quiet. In the beginning, yes, he did have a lot of support, but a lot of people got mad because he was letting your ass tear him down and he wasn't doing nothing about it. He kept saying, God got me. God got me. And the direction that he took with the whole thing, I would say, hey Juanita, I would say that yeah, God, he was acting more godly, but I would have put some flesh in that shit because I would have got back with your ass. How my 2 cents? She's hurt because he got the last laugh and left her alone. I don't care how much she tries to get the internet to believe Janelle is the one. He's not. She's not happy with him either, and she's not. And that's you can tell the difference. You can see the difference in the dynamics with them. Their relationship is like two children, and it looks like she went backwards. I don't care if he's an actor or whatever. He's a D-list actor. They don't make money. He's not in the theaters. He's on Tubi. He's not going to opening night or yeah, he's going to premieres, but it's a premiere for a Tubi movie. He's not going like MGM, Lionsgate, none of that. So he's a D-list actor, and D-list actors don't make money. I got a cousin that's one, and he don't make shit. He got a regular job until he get gigs. But he she's pretending to be. She want to say that she is so she can say so she can prove something to people that's saying it ain't gonna work. That's why she's in it. I don't think she wants to be embarrassed because she done built this ninja up. She done did all that to build him up, and now she's looking crazy. That was cute. Now she's looking crazy. But the difference, do you all see whenever he's with the kids, he's never being, when he's with the alleged twins, he's never being serious. He's always joking and clowning, joking and clowning. That's what she got. That's her man, her boy man. Never serious, always joking and clowning. When he be posting his little things about his movie premieres, he's the one out of all them grown people that's always in the room clowning, being a big ass kid. So she went from having a grown man to a big ass kid. She saw it. She saw his ass in front of everybody. Excuse me. She saw his ass in front of everybody, then built them back up. She don't know which way to go, but he's going to show his true colors in him, and he is. And he is. I hope he's looking. I hope he's paying attention. And personally, I hope it does work out for him because that's her karma. But he's gonna sit back and he got. I don't know if he knew Robert or knew of Robert before he got with her, but I used to look at some of Robert's stuff when he had the 9 million followers, and he got to look at where this man was before she got in his DM to where he was 6 years, where he is 6 years later, now 9 years later, where he is now. He's got to be paying that attention because that's gonna be you. If Janelle ever walk away, that's gonna be him. He's gonna be trying to pick himself back up from his what is it, pick himself up from the shoe, whatever it is. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Hey, Danny. That girl got somebody in her DM just like Roach was. She was repeating the same steps she used to do when she was exactly. But when she was married to Robert, I think I've heard different stories. I don't know. I can only go by what I've seen. But some people are saying that she was wanting out because she wanted to do what she is now. If I'm gonna look at it from that scenario, from that scene, if that's why she wanted out of the marriage, but I don't think she did because she wouldn't be acting like she's acting if she wanted out. But we're gonna go with that narrative. If that's why she wanted out of the marriage. And then she came out and said that he was too controlling. She didn't get to do nothing. He controlled her. Then what we see now, I can believe that a little bit, because now she's half naked all the time. She's gyrating all the time. She's putting on clothes, putting her business right in front of the camera all the time. And I was like, okay, I can believe that she wanted to be free so she can, okay, Robert done paid for this body, and you got to act like a wife when you with Robert. This body ain't serving you no good. It ain't getting you all them, you know what I'm saying? It ain't getting you the accolades you want. You want to get back out there and be for the streets. So you can show your body and you can show men what Robert done paid for. So on that tip, I would say, yeah, she wanted it, because the way she's dressing and the way she's moving on social media, it shows that she's not wife material. But I think she wanted her cake and eat it too, because when it finally happened and Robert put her back to the streets, she realized what she had done and she wanted him back. Because she told him herself that I can't get over you, or something to that effect. I ain't gonna get over you, or something. Somebody put in the chat early, and like I say, she's showing that she's not, because of the way she's still bothered by everything she does. And she got her ex all on Robert back. She got her ex throwing subliminals, doing lives, and always want to talk about her ex always want to talk about God and what Robert should be doing. He can single out everything Robert's doing, but that's why I couldn't listen. That's why I don't go sit up in a church now, because of these half behind so-called ministers. They see what they want to see and call out what they want to call out, but the people they cool with, the people that they're cool with, they ignore everything from them. And that's what he does. Robert X nowhere near as ratchet as Bree on this internet. Hey Nana, hey Miss Love, everybody came into the chat that I didn't speak to. Hi. But he acts nowhere near as ratchet as her, but you never hear him give her Bible verses. She want to say that her. Thank you, Kimberly, for the thank you, Kimberly. I don't know the difference between a super sticker and a super chat, so thank you though. She want to say that God never said nowhere in the Bible where you cannot show your stomach, where you can't show your boobs or whatever. But the Bible does say that. He said a woman's supposed to be modestly adorned. So she's supposed to go in modest attire. So I don't know what Bible she's reading or what verses she's picking out to follow, but yeah, the Bible does say that. But y'all give me 1 minute, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. These allergies getting to me. I didn't want to be coughing all on screen. But yeah, she and going back to the beginning when she did, y'all remember she did that polygraph, because people, hey Shanta, people were coming at her behind, and they was coming at her hard. And she went and did a polygraph test, so she can prove that she wasn't lying. Well, that polygraph test showed how manipulative she was, because she said that it showed that she was abused, but she didn't ask. Okay, at the time she was saying that he broke her finger. But on the polygraph test, she said nothing about him physically abusing her, breaking her finger. She asked the question, was she abused? And I said, yes, she was abused, and so was he, because they did physical abuse to each other. So naturally, you're going to pass that. You're going to pass that part of the questionnaire for the polygraph test, because you were vocally abused, emotionally abused. And then she used that to try to pinpoint the fact that she was abused. She's trying to use that polygraph test that did not ask about physical abuse to show that she was physically abused. That's manipulating. That's gaslighting. She asked the right questions to show herself in a light. And when she brought it to the front, only her minions bought that. She took a lie detector test. Yeah, she took a lie detector test and it said she was abused, but she did not ask that he physically abuse her because she know that part of the test that thing would have went ragged because it would have saw that she was lying. What we see now is that's all we see. All we see. And like I did a video about this yesterday. And my thing is any man that cares about his woman, an alleged fiance that cares about the woman or the fiance, they're going to say something about you always in the camera showing your box. My mother could see this. My father could see this. I wouldn't want them to see that. But she doesn't have sense enough to know that that's not cute. That shows you as a thought. I don't remember, and this is off topic, but when I was growing up and I wore tight stuff, I don't remember my pa sitting up like that. But anyway, but anyway, that shows that he does not care about her. I think he's just going through the motions because he knows what she's gonna do once he stops. He can kiss that little career goodbye because she ain't gonna stop till she excuse me, see him like John. She's not gonna stop until she sees him like Robert. She's not gonna stop. And like I was saying, how can you say you love this man? Did you ever love him? Because let me tell you, I just like my first husband, but I would never go through the lengths that she went through to bring him down because that's not my place. It's not my place to tear nobody down. God is God's place to get vengeance. And this man had just started to build his stuff back up. He was starting to get views again. He was starting to, you could see it wasn't as many as he was getting, but he was still getting his he was starting to get views on YouTube. I guess Facebook still not paying him. So he came to YouTube. And I'd be damned if they didn't start right back up trying to tear this man down. What, they want to see him on the sidewalk in a cardboard box? And then they still saying they doing it for her benefit. They using her name while they doing it. Want people to apologize to her. Want people to do all of this to her. But when is she gonna come forward and apologize to him? Girl, you have ruined this man's brand. You have done that. When are you gonna give an honest apology to your child's father for what you're doing to him? And you waiting on him to not be able to pay child support so you can put him in jail. But the other two roaming free. Ain't doing nothing. I said in my video earlier, the one that married her after 3 months, she treat him worse than the one that put dogs on her, pulled a gun on her, bruised her, beat her, and then the one that spit in her face, and the one that's cheating on her and doing everything, making her look like a real fool out here. She got them on pedestals. Okay. They she got them on pedestals. The one that really dogged her ass out. And then she treating Robert like he's something under her shoes. And that's sad. This man cared enough for you and your kids to marry you. But the rest of them, they just thought enough of you to, they just thought enough of you to make you a bed mate. Janelle has came forward a lot of times. on his platform in front of you when y'all did that interview and said he don't think he ever want to be married. And can you blame him? He wanted to be married before he got with you because he wanted to marry Christy. But once Kristen, I think it's her name, but once he got with you, Brianna, you done changed this man's whole perspective of marriage because you showed the lengths a bitter, toxic woman, scorned woman will do to bring a person down. You showed that. Anyone who's speaking around her natural hair is a terrible person, but her hair was just dead. So you did it for what? And no one dogs her kids. Nobody dogs her kids. That's a lot she runs with because we be talking about her and her kids just happen to come up because of her mothering skills. And like Pimo say, her mammying skills, and then she want to say we bullying her kids. No, baby, we don't have nothing to do with what your kids see on the internet because if they seeing us, they have no business seeing us. That shows what I was saying. You're not a good mother because you have the authority and they're okay, Krisha, you have the authority to control what they see on the internet and you should set their devices to where they cannot go and come in grown folks places. And we know you're not doing that because they on live looking at you. We know you're not doing that. So if they seeing anything on the internet, they seeing us talk about their mother and how she's putting ninjas before them. And yeah, she uses them. She uses them for her emotions. She likes to put out narratives and people take it and run with it before doing research. And when it comes to her, before y'all come out here defending and throwing bows for her, y'all need to go back to the beginning, baby, because a lot of them videos still out there. And a lot of people making themselves look a little cray cray still out there throwing bows for her. But anyway, I saw another. Nina said Robert needs to take all this crap to court with him. That big mad Robert didn't take her back, and after she came to him with just Rob and paid the book. Exactly. And I don't know. I can't say, hey Roz, I didn't see you come in. Hey Pamela. The image she should have protected. The image she should have protected was Robert's. Exactly. But she has destroyed him, and while she's still trying to build the other two up. But baby, we seen everything. You can't build them up because we remember what you said when you got mad at Sleepy. We remember what you said when you got mad at Janelle. I don't care how you walk back those apologies, how much you said that they've grown and that was when they were younger, they still did it. So allegedly, if this was so-called true, what you claim Robert did, why he can't get the same grace? Why can't he get the same grace? It happened, what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? So why can't he get the same grace you gave these other ninjas? Why can't he get a pass? Because this man ain't never did nothing to you. And out of the three, he probably was the best one for you, but you didn't appreciate it. And once you got your bought looks, you thought you were better than him. He put you in a situation to where you thought you didn't need him anymore. And that should teach Robert a lesson. That everything, excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all, but everything that's supposed allegedly look good ain't good for you. 3 months was not enough time to know nobody to marry them. And she said herself, she put that stipulation on him. On one of the videos I had found but can't find now, she said that she put that stipulation on him because she was driving back and forth to North Carolina. And that says a lot, because a man's supposed to come to you if they that into you. You're not supposed to pack up your kids and go to them. It's you and three more. So that's four traveling in that little raggedy van you had. He was supposed to get in his car and drive to you if he was that interested. But for appearance sake, it looks like you ran him down. And then when he got used to you, you gave him a stipulation. Well, he wanted you to move to Atlanta to keep from having to drive back and forth. And you put a stipulation on it. Well, the only way I'm driving there is if I get married, because I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna come up here or go to Atlanta, and I'm not gonna go to Atlanta. Thank you, Lakeith. I'm not gonna go to Atlanta, and you be able to put me out if it don't work out. So the only way I'm coming is if we get married. He was crazy for falling for that, number one, and you didn't know nothing about her other than sex. Because that's the only thing you could have been infatuated, lusting, or whatever in 3 months' time, because you did not know this person. But he did it. That's neither here nor there. He did it. But I hope he learned, and I hope his relationship with God is strong enough where he can discern the next woman that he marries, because people put on blinders. People put on blinders and pretend to be one thing, but time you say I do, baby, don't that mask come off. And that's what I think happened to him, because I heard that he started regretting it almost immediately after he married her. Anybody want to come up? She said, I'm going to read some of the comments, y'all. I was sorry. I was not watching the comments. So I'm going to go back and read some. If I missed y'all comment, I'm sorry. Okay, I seen that one. That ninja said, never mind. Okay, Krisha. Hey, Cree. Pamela, she wasn't going to do that because she's blaming him for the position she's in now, because she feels I had not left her, she wouldn't be in this position today, period. And she said, my two right, she uses exactly. Parental control, exactly. Y'all speaking to each other. Yeah, Janelle is next. I believe he know it. That's why I don't think, my thing is, if a man really loves you and respects you and wants to be with you and is afraid of losing you, he's not going to be in other women's DM trying to hook up with them. He's not going to be at other women's bed pillow talking about you. Furthermore, narcissists will never apologize because they feel they didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, everybody else is the problem in their eyes, unfortunately. Yes, that is so true. Did y'all remember when she was on there crying and doing videos about Janelle and his abuse? She was talking about, I've only loved 3 men in my whole entire life. I only been with 3 men in my whole entire life. And I didn't do nothing wrong in the relationships. How many relationships break up and nobody but one person does wrong? That just shows how much of a narcissist she is. She said all 3 relationships that she had with these men, she never did anything wrong because her heart is so good. Everybody did her wrong. And I can tell, y'all don't laugh at me. I can tell, I can tell by how she is when she reading comments. That mouth is fly. So you did some stuff. We seen on the videos you did some stuff. Yeah, that's what she said. She said she'd been with 3 men in her life. and she don't have that much experience in relationships. She's only been with 3 men, and that she never did anything wrong in the relationships ever. That she was the good person. She was the best person. It was all them. Hey, Lexi. No, he bought them looks. But Lil True said, I don't care how you look. You got to get up out of here. Everything that glitters ain't gold, and everything that shines in the diamond. Exactly. Uh, Brittany, I know you're lying. So no, let's see. She somebody's thing is my favorite pastime, a slot machine. She didn't she did that cause them kids' daddy was married. Exactly. Because they were married, and I guess she thought that, wait, did somebody say, put in the comments, didn't somebody say that she was going to didn't somebody say that she had one of those kids while he was married? Again, thank you, Lakey. Who be on camera with no underwear on? She claims so. This is wait. She claims so. Wait. She claims she sold this and that. While the F is her birth ain't married. Exactly. Now Robert was the only fool that did that, and I don't mean to call him no fool, but I bet now he's saying himself he was a fool. Brittany, if she didn't, that hoping. Okay, Nana. I know he regrets to this day, but he should have divorced her while he had no kids with her. Exactly. Exactly. And then she got upset when people were saying that she tried to trap when she tried to trap Janelle, because we saw her on camera um when this man told her he didn't want no kids. We saw her on camera sneaking looking at pregnancy tests, and or she was trying to get pregnant on purpose. That's her MO. Having babies, thinking it never worked. It didn't work with my grandparents. My granddaddy had outside kids from a woman that got pregnant. I guess she thought that would make him leave his wife, but he just had a set of kids outside his marriage. That never worked. Babies do not hold no man at all. I see a video saying toss. Yep, exactly. If he was this awful dad or awful person and she had been abused all these years, why would she want him to adopt her kids? If her ex was doing like he was supposed to do for those kids, why would she want him to adopt them? You say he was sneaking and he was having a relationship with the kids on the side. Well, then why were you wanting Robert to adopt them if their real dad was in the picture? Make it make sense. Hey, Creisha. Hey, Creisha. Can you hear? You can hear me? Okay, let's see. Uh, hey, sweet mocha. But Lala can get locks and Mosky can't have braids. It's crazy. It is so crazy. She put one of them on a pedestal because they got that child hair locked. And I think, personally, I think that's a mistake because she's too young and she may not want locks. She might not, I don't know how old she is, but she might not want locks. And later on, when she's old enough to determine how she want her hair, that means she's going to have to cut all of her hair off and start over, because she was made to get locks at a young age before she was old enough to decide. I know when I said that parents, excuse
My
me.
too.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you can hear me. Who
Yeah.
getting locks?
Lala got locks.
Like real locks?
Yeah, her dad got them done when she was there.
Oh, that might be the best thing for her.
Yeah, but what if when she gets older she don't want that? She gonna
You
have to
know,
get all that pretty hair cut off. And
she gonna have to
then
figure it
is it
out.
the
But
best
while
thing?
she younger,
Is
that
it the
might.
best thing? Mama got to keep locks up.
Well, guess what? That might be the best thing for her. Cause mama lazy.
I don't know, because when locks need redoing, they look a mess. Okay, what you cooking?
I ain't do that.
That 304 is the devil. She should feel like a exactly. No comparison. Now Robert is a little goofy, but the caliber of a man that he is compared to hush my two.
Tanya. He did. What's up, Lupac? Hey, everybody.
Oh, thank you, Lil Pop, for the super chat. Yep,
How about my last? Oh, let me stop reading your comments.
read them because I'm behind.
Where you at?
I don't know. The last thing you said, not the fake cry. I guess you were picking at me.
Uh,
Then I can never have baby daddy. I can never have my baby daddy would be helping me out, but I would have sense enough as a mother not to send my baby with her pops like that anyway. Exactly.
Tabby, I'm on my phone. I don't know how I'm loud. Might be my volume up. Girl, shut up.
What you think, Krisha,
What?
about this? I already know what you think.
Okay.
Ain't no
Oh, Roz, you for real? Roz said she would not have done that to her hair. His wife did her hair. I know you telling a lie.
Yeah, she did say she want to give a shout out to her baby daddy's wife instead of my child's step mom. She's my baby daddy's wife.
Um, nah, if Ro- nah, but she took. Didn't she take the baby girl hair down?
That I'm not sure of. I'm not sure if that's an old video because she posted it while she was still out of town with Janelle. I'm thinking
Um,
that it's the video she did to counteract because Bree is calculated. I don't know
oh,
why people don't see it, but Bree is real calculated. Like she made that big deal out of that passport, like what 10 days before they were supposed to leave, knowing that she had no intentions on taking them anyway. But she was trying to get ahead of the story because she knew people were going to say that she always going somewhere with Janelle with their alleged twins and always leaving the other kids home. So the passport thing came up. This is what I believe this is what I believe. I believe she's just that calculated to pretend like she was going to take them when she never had any intentions on doing it. But she knew the bloggers were going to say what we were saying. She's over there, and she got two separate families. She got her and Janelle family, and she got her kids. She
she
went,
definitely do.
yeah,
That's just how she moved. That's just how she moved. She did the same thing with Robert. She had with
yeah,
Momo.
yeah. But and I think it's the same thing with their hair. She knew that she waited to the last minute to do that little girl's hair before she and Jonelle was supposed to leave. And she did those little quick puffs, redid them, and sent her over there. And she knew people were gonna say, like they always say, she sent her to Robert with the hair looking like that.
I agree, Miss Pamela Shelton.
Hey, everybody came in the chat. I'm behind. I don't see everybody that came in, but add that 10 times 10. Okay. You see her knowing that about deeper than the ocean, she can't fool me. She can't fool with me knowing that cat about deeper than the ocean. Packed her ass up real quick. Oh, I'm way behind in the comments.
Oh, you sure is.
I am. I was looking back at some of the videos when Robert was together. Them babies' hair stayed braided. And they did. When they were together, them boys kept their hair cut. And them kids' hair was done. And they were always dressed very neat.
Yeah, Lupa, because she was getting them for free. She was getting them for free. Why she always feel like somebody using her? You was using them people for something too, because that's who was keeping them girls' hair did.
Exactly. But quick to keep her hair up. Okay, she lying. Boo love.
You way too far.
Oh, wait. Let me go from the bottom up. Okay. Yeah, Patricia just a lazy mother didn't comb my daughter hair. She did all that just to say they were doing
Um,
it. Yeah, you see, she took her kids to. She was live with y'all today. Yesterday, they still going on spring break, huh? She did all that just to say they was going to Great Wolf Lounge. She was live with y'all today.
and I think it's supposed to say and yesterday.
And they
They
still on
just
spring break. Who's still on spring? I thought she said the other day spring break was officially over.
it is over. She said they still on spring break with a question mark. Woo, she's a mess. She ain't do shit with them.
No,
That's more of the
yeah.
story.
Yeah.
And yes, women do know who they could be spiteful with, Pisces.
I'm texting right quick.
Ari, yeah, Patricia's just a lazy mother not to comb the daughter hair. Yeah, but with them locks gonna look like in 3 to 4 months.
Exactly.
She scammed her supporters to get that money to take Janelle on a trip knowing she wasn't gonna take her kids, period. They learn yet. They like it. Shit, I love it.
It says, yeah. But what you read that one already, didn't you?
I wanna know what you doing.
Oh, I'm through now.
Mm.
I got a text asking what time I was coming. Women know who they can be spiteful with exactly. We don't care about how those kids look because she's a lover of herself. She's obsessed with herself, sad to say exactly. And she has beautiful kids. Ain't no way I put a ninja before my children, my cheering. Brie only cares about how she look, period.
Mm-hmm.
If
Period. Whoever said it.
okay.
Well, Nita, I don't believe she took them out because she knew they was beautiful. She took them. She gonna leave them in because she don't want to do her hair.
Hey D Hal. Hey everybody that came in I didn't speak to. Behind in the comments, as y'all see, I keep trying to catch up. She tried to be like Peach, but don't know how to get that money like Peach. No, cause she lame. The only way she can keep people watching her is by going off on people. That little one-legged, one-hip dance done played out. Putting a pile up in the camera done played out.
You changed me. You know he the biggest troll on the internet.
Oh, damn.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Robert.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I agree. Damn King. Nope, she never planned to take him. You changed me. He admits it. Excuse me. Hey, talks with people, she's not going to keep them locks, give it too much. She's going to say it, then make her look girly. When I see it, remind me of Flowers in the Attic. You remember that movie, Creature?
Mm-hmm.
RH was ready to divorce her before Mosky was born, and he was. Peach pitiful as hell. We're gonna keep it exactly. I ain't gonna say I don't like her, but I don't like her. And see, I noticed the difference with RH and no. He kept that whole family looking good. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. He
Exactly.
did that.
And on one of the videos, oh, that video, the major, Robert, I think he's OCD, like my friend on this panel with me.
Girl,
I
stop
think,
telling my business.
I think he OCD because every time you see him, he's pristine clean. His house is clean. Nothing's out of place. And if y'all remember that video where, what is that?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
famous video where he's got a gun. That video, it
I'm
came
finna.
out. Who is this? LaSway, you know her?
Mm-mm.
LaSway Lachey.
No.
Hey,
Hey, I just wanted to say a few things.
okay.
I wanted to say like the whole thing. I don't know if that video is old or not, where Mosky, but it was still childish to put up after RH got her hair did. And then not only that, I feel you keep talking about this natural journey. How you gonna teach your girls about their natural hair and you stay laid with the wigs and the weaves? That just don't make sense to me. So go on a natural journey with your children if you feel that way. If that's
Yeah,
honestly why you don't do their hair, so why we can't see your little natural hair out all the time
yeah,
versus wigs and weaves? Like I just don't understand that.
yep,
It's an
I don't get
excuse.
it.
It's an excuse. Jesus, that's just an excuse because she do not want to sit down and comb no hair, honey.
And I feel the same with the dreads. Like I feel she got let her get them locks because she don't want to comb her hair.
That's the first thing that came to her mind. Yeah, get them shit. I ain't got to do her
Then I ain't gotta hear them talking about their hair all day. You know what I mean? Like it's just I feel like it's an excuse.
yep,
And the whole thing with the oh, the Bible didn't say nothing about leaving your boobs and your chest out. Just use common sense. So
yep,
you really think the Lord right now is okay with you prancing around your children like that 24/8?
exactly.
Like use common sense. Let's go back to the Jezebel. What are we talking about here?
That's true.
The Lord is not
I don't
pleased with a lot
understand
of
it.
things she's doing, honestly, because she's bitter and she's spiteful and she do things out of malice. Um,
Hmm.
and that's just it, and that's all.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's what I feel like too as an excuse.
She gonna keep doing it too, because she
Hmm.
has these. She has
supporters.
these people. I'm on my two panel, so she has these people that follow her that encourages it. So she gonna keep doing it.
Hmm. Hmm. And that's how I feel. And then like the whole thing when Robert do something, they just bum rush his comments, just bum rush. But then they
Exactly.
don't never all her bull BS what she be doing, they just jump off the cliff with her.
Yeah,
It's
Let me
always
say
I
this.
just don't understand that. I don't
I'm gonna
understand
tell you
it.
why. Number one is because they so called allegedly support her. Um, so they don't want to make her look bad, right? But
Hmm.
you can't make nobody look no worse than they already making themselves look.
Hmm.
So I feel like they saying how people repeating about her. They doing the same thing about Robert when they damn sure got a whole lot of new content they could be talking about because they could have talked about Jonelle by now and just let it because it's a lot. She said a lot.
Right, right. Especially with using them babies. Like, how y'all really call him out for using Mosky, but then ever since the twins done popped out, that's all you see. They in their hands in the
exactly.
videos and his videos, her videos. What y'all doing with the twins?
He was
Yep,
using them before they
Using
was
them for
born.
content.
exactly. And then Robert, when he had the Sharia, he made videos with her when they were a family unit. They made videos together with the kids. But now that he's separated from her, he's supposed to stop making video with his children
Right.
because
Oh, he an
why?
internet dad. You an internet dad. You always got them on video. What is you, an internet mom?
Well, she called
Exactly.
Jonelle that before the babies was born.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What Jonelle said he was it wasn't morning sickness. I know Lupac know what he said. He said
I
um
don't remember.
he said, "Ooh,
E for two.
yeah, he was eating for two." Ooh, that pissed her off. That pissed her off. She was over there going through that pregnancy. Stop. She was over there going through that pregnancy by herself.
Yep.
And he over there talking about he eat for two.
Exactly.
I didn't know he
Lupac
said
said,
that.
I don't either. Lupac said now they're saying RH is unhinged because he's finally popping back at their foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 years, it's time to. They won't stop. So if
Yeah.
he's unhinged for responding back to them, then what is Lionia and the behavior she displays? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They can find wrong with everything. This side, it was not sides anymore, but everything. The bloggers that blog on her, they can find fault in everything. Why don't y'all stop talking about her? Sheet emotion, but why they ain't in the comments with the people that's talking about Robert saying the same foolish? Won't y'all stop talking about him? It's been
Mm-hmm.
years. They're not saying it in those comments, but they want to come in our comments and then say, "Shut up," basically.
Mm-hmm.
And her and Sleepy, they got a lot in common. I see
They
Yeah,
for
do. I
real
was noticing that too. They're
because
very, very self-absorbed. Very.
yeah,
exactly.
and he also played that role about oh my daughter seeing you like man y'all know that what first of all if y'all don't want y'all kids to see him doing them why y'all following him you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying where are they watching him at you know what I'm saying like
Exactly.
why are y'all not you know, parental controlling the phones. But
Exactly.
why is
Mm-hmm.
it just all of a sudden, oh, my kids seen you doing this? So you mean to tell me they see him doing this, but they don't see his mama doing that? They ain't hear they mama talking about what Johnny L did. So it's just like they are so much
Mm-hmm.
alike.
Right, and they did and she claimed, well, with Dawn released that he did a lot around them babies,
Mm-hmm.
like punching her son in the chest, going off, spitting on her. That was around the babies, wasn't it?
She exactly. She allows herself to be disrespected. If she's telling the truth about what happened with the real dad, and if it was any else the truth and what happened with the truth, other than the verbal abuse, I'm sure they did it in front of the kids. It's a parent's place to protect your kids from what they hear and see. And I've
Mm-hmm.
seen myself, and I'm sure you all have too, on videos that were posted. That baby was sitting there looking like she was bewildered when he hugged her, when he gave her the ring and the purse. I don't know what the occasion was, but he hugged her and grabbed her behind right in front of that baby. He has no
Mm-mm.
respect for her in front of her children. He has no respect for her, period. And
Right,
She
when
and then
don't
he
no
she
no
came
no no
back
no.
and said, "Well, my kids gonna see affection. Like, what does that have to do with affection? You could be affectionate by holding hands. You could be affectionate by a peck on the
Y'all gotta
peck on the
remember
cheek or
though.
something."
Y'all gotta remember this not gonna last long.
Amber,
He's only in it right now to win it, but
Mm-hmm.
he's not finna respect her like that. It don't matter who around. She don't respect herself. He
Mm-hmm.
not finna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly,
she started off showing him what he could do in front of her kids on her own when she wanted to be on the internet talking about breaking the internet and just slobbing him down like that in front of her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Man, please.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
true.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Candy Kisses, for the super chat. Lou Pasa, did y'all sleep? I didn't see
I
no one
seen it. I
today.
seen it. That's why I was just talking about that Lupac.
No,
I
I didn't
seen
see
it.
that. What was it?
He can't be talking about adultery. He was married when he was messing around, and she was married when she was
Exactly.
messing around. They
Okay.
is fools.
Is this man? I'm starting to think that he's not, his elevator don't go all the way up, because the person that has the most influence over your children
It's
has
her.
Yeah, and she's doing everything in front of your children, but you want to talk about somebody that don't have access to your children,
At
trying
this
to tell you
point,
how to feel.
I'm thinking he getting paid. I'm sorry, he on the payroll. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no. At this point, I think he want her, and I'm so
Mm.
surprised. That's how you know Jonelle don't,
Yeah,
because I feel like your man, gonna be like, why he keep on addressing him about what's
Mm-hmm.
going on with y'all,
Right, that's
with you. You know what
true,
I'm saying?
right?
Like that's weird. And a
Yeah,
female, if his wife is still around, like ain't nobody asking like why y'all, what's up?
yeah.
that is weird. Now you don't never say nothing. I have not seen him make one post about him grabbing her when she had that little award ceremony. He walked up to her and dug up in her. You know what? He was
Mm-mm.
hugging her. She was sitting down. He was hugging her, and he was digging up in her. Well, y'all know what I'm saying. Her pee. Nothing was
What?
said about that. He grabs her ass at will. She always walking around in front of them kids with her ass out and her pussy front and center.
Mm,
Excuse my language, y'all. But he says nothing about that. But he want to say something about everything Robert does. Those children don't be around Robert 24/7. Those children be around her. You can
Mm-hmm.
chastise the ones that got the biggest influence on your children and leave that man alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's not being acknowledged by him, which I think is really weird to me as a supposed father that just stepped into the picture, by the way. Cause you going at our age, but I mean, like everybody said, for 6 years, where were you? Where were you? You was on vanish mode. Where was you at?
Exactly. And now when all this came about and she left, well, the truth was done with her. She want to come forward talking about he was always in the picture, but she would never let Robert know because Robert would get so mad. That man
That's
was
not
never.
true. I don't believe that. No.
She was in the walking in the mall and she called him to prove that Robert was abusing her. And she was like, "Didn't I used to call and tell you what was going on in our house that Robert was abusing me?" He was like, "Yeah." And what did you say? I told you to work it out with the number one with
Why
him.
would you tell her to work? Oh, you know what?
Exactly. I was going to go right where you're going. If this man is abusing this woman in front of your children and you told her to stay with him, what kind of
Mm-hmm.
father are you? What kind of
Yeah.
father are you? You telling your baby, your children's mother to stay with an abuser and your children are witnessing it?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't say a lot for him. That whole thing made him look like as long as they're not bothering me, I'm not worried. Or that whole thing was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. It's a lot of what you call it when it's like one sided. It's a lot of one sidedness going on. And a
mhm,
lot of stuff that's just when it comes down to her, ignore it. When it comes down to him, call it out. I don't understand that.
exactly. And those people, they always want to say we taking sides with women supposed to stick together. I'm the type person I
No,
don't
not when you
stick with
lying.
nobody. If you're wrong, I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
away from it. I'm not gonna stick with you
Mm-hmm.
just because you're a woman and I know you're not right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm not
I
gonna go
don't.
along just to get along either.
Yeah, I done had friends that was well, I'm gonna say associates because I ain't really hang out with them like that. But I done had homegirls who would be like, yeah, they cheating or whatever, and you think I'm gonna be a part of it? I don't want to be nowhere near it. I don't partake in that type of activity, so therefore I'm not finna sit around it neither. And that's
Exactly.
just being honest. So I don't care who it is, I'm gonna call it out.
Okay. Thank you, Lupac. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Candy Kisses, and thank you, Nita, for the super chats. And Kimberly. Yep, but it was another. I wanted to thank them before I forgot. It was another comment that I saw that we did not discuss yet. Right there. Y'all remember that?
What?
We addressed y'all going into that child's room in the middle of the night.
What did he?
Yeah, he did.
For what?
I
What did she
don't
say it was for?
to play a prank.
Man, bye.
To play a prank.
No.
Oh, let's see what else. I remember that. Yep, she did walk away. Was your name something else, Lasway?
Oh, you call me Lala. They call me Lala.
Okay. Y'all, he trolling for views. Yep. And I remember when he went to that event, he was spilling on her cat. That's what I just got through saying at the table, and he gave her them flowers. You don't remember that, Lala?
It's a lot. No. Mm-mm.
You came in late.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's a lot. I ain't like. I didn't know about him coming into the bedroom.
Sleeping does want her stool, and he wants Janelle too. She got them on. I believe that. I believe they are
I
on
swear, I
payroll.
believe that. It just don't make sense to me.
Yep.
Why would you be now defending somebody who claimed you sick dogs on her and her kids? Well, your kids at that too.
Amber,
Why
what you
would you be
laughing
so okay with that?
at? Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. I wouldn't. You better not go in my child's room.
Mm-mm.
I think after that, though, I'm thinking I may be mistaken. Lupac, if you still in here, then after that, she put cameras on all the children's room, cameras in all their rooms.
Oh, that's when she did the camera thing.
I miss a lot because I be at work and I try to catch up as much as I can. But I think I did hear somebody say that after that she put cameras in all their rooms.
Well, no, if you feel some type of way about it like that, you shouldn't even be around them or dating them no more. Period. If you feel you got to put cameras in your room to protect your child from the dudes you messing with, you shouldn't be around them no more.
I agree.
Cause then you felt some type of way, obviously.
Exactly. He wants Robert too.
I promise. He's
Who's
too
sleeping?
obsessed. Too
He is
obsessed.
too upset. Robert don't even be bothering him.
Mm-mm. And then when he speak, he be like, here go the fake woke Israelite. He say, well, I'm sorry I had to address it, but since I was called out, nigga, you been calling him out for how long? What is he never supposed to speak up for himself? I don't understand that.
Exactly. When she speak up for herself, or she call herself be telling people off, the old people, us old people off, she eating. But when he does it, he's deranged.
Right. And I swear her following is a cult. I mean, calling people jobs, getting people fired. But that's a cult.
Looking up people
When has
background.
RH side did that? That's weird.
What does having an opinion have to do about a person's background? Everybody
Right.
in these chats have an opinion. But we're not concerned about who in their we're not concerned about who in their comments saying what and then going
Mm-mm.
getting up pulling their background because
Mm-mm.
everybody is entitled to their opinion. You can agree with it or not. But they get
Mm-mm.
angry when a person has even some of the supporters, they would get angry enough to pull somebody's background because they said something about this girl that they didn't like in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
But
right.
then why y'all ain't act the same way with Maine when y'all found out what he was doing? Since y'all searching up people background, why
Exactly.
y'all ain't do that to him?
Exactly. He grabbed her by okay, I read that one. Candy kisses, Amber. Yep, I don't know. He act he act childish and it's embarrassing. I would be embarrassed myself to be with somebody like
Oh,
him.
please, I couldn't be in public with him at
I
all.
could not.
You couldn't pay me.
Exactly. He can never be serious
No,
unless
you couldn't pay me.
he's acting on a role. That's the only time you've ever seen him serious. But as far as just real life and being serious about something, you never see him serious. He's always clowning.
And then not only that, he embarrasses her, especially when the camera's on. He
Exactly.
embarrasses. He don't even pretend not to like her. He don't like you. He's not pretending.
Yep. Am I behind in the comments again? He had nothing about this. He admitted to. Yep. So how long you been following the story? Did you say you came in from the beginning or you caught it like
No,
mid?
I didn't come in from the beginning. No. I'm trying to think when. I definitely didn't come in from the beginning now. Cause it took me a minute to even catch on the sides with the content creators.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a little minute to figure that out. And once I figured that out, after seeing everything, like I think I ran into somebody's video when I was seeing when they was, which a lot of people have, they be like, damn, like she was doing all this. Like that's what made me want to follow the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because I seen a little comp of everything she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, I really like believed her at first.
Yep. And the thing about it is the reason she's trying so hard to shut everybody up, like I said, because she's been caught in a lot of lies. That's how she
Hmm.
got the nickname "Lie on You" because she will lie on you.
Hmm.
She's been
When
caught
I
in a
seen
lot of
that, I
lies.
said, no, they didn't.
She's been caught in so many lies over this past 3 years, and people still catching
Hmm.
her up, and she don't like that. Narcissists do not like to be called out on their shit, and that's just the truth of it. They hate being called out, and like if you this person and you the big Bree, why are you trolling YouTube looking at small content creators that don't have 50,000 subscribers?
Right. It don't make sense.
It
It
don't.
don't.
You
It
got
don't make sense.
over 3 million on one. You got a million on another. You got almost 500,000 on another one. You
Hmm.
got all this content creators. I
And
mean, you got
she, not
all
only that,
these
she know
followers.
all y'all pages. That tell you right there.
Exactly.
She literally sitting there daily trying to figure out who talking about her
Exactly.
and striking their page.
You got all of these people that are following you, subscribe to you, but you're worried about a handful, and it's not. Oh, if you go to TikTok, now it's a lot of people wearing her ass out on TikTok.
Is
Even
it?
on YouTube, it's way more. Pink Book Lessons cover her story. She got 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. More than these little few on YouTube that she calls out are talking about her.
Now, do
You
she cover her? Is she on like her more her side or?
When I was looking for some older videos, I came across a video that Pink Book Lessons did on her not too long ago. I was like, dang, she covering her. She cutting the fool so that this lady is covering her.
Mm.
And I was straight shocked because I followed her and I've been following her for some time. And I'm like, goodness. Then I started looking. She got a lot of people on YouTube that came in late that seen her shenanigans and seen that she's not stopping, and they have started covering her.
I
She
think
got
that's the
new people.
problem then. That's why it's bothering her the way it is now because it's more people who seeing through what she was saying before.
Hmm. There's more and more people jumping on board talking about her. I know people say they're getting tired, but the new people just coming in and keep seeing her, seeing her, seeing her. They're getting an interest in it, and they're starting to talk about her too.
Mm.
And that's why I think that she's saying now she's being bullied. Um, but it's not being bullied. You say on when you go to her Facebook page, she says, "I'm an influencer." And an influencer, you're putting your life out there. Everybody's not going to agree with everything you do. When you put your life out front and center, people are going to
Mm.
critique it because you're putting it out there. And she don't have thick enough skin to deal with the backlash from what she does.
Mhm.
You think,
Well, you got to think about when on her lives when she'll get so many. You're beautiful. Oh my God, I look up to
exactly,
you. She be stuck on the one comment that'll say something off. Then
exactly,
she'll address them. Why are you paying attention to that?
exactly. Because Robert told her when this thing first happened that she needed to say it was a skit because he said that he was like y'all he was telling people when he was going in on her. I wasn't in it yet. I was like watching the videos, but I wasn't a content creator then yet.
Mhm.
And he was telling people, y'all lay off of her. She can't handle this. And
Are
he
you
admitted,
talking about when they was in They was in a restaurant and her eyes looked watery and she didn't look
Yep,
like she wanted
yep,
to be there. She looked like she wanted to cover her face in a pillow.
yep. And he was telling people to lay off of her because she wasn't built for it. And she kept coming. She wasn't built for it, but she kept coming to the internet with that foolishness. And if you're putting it out there, people gonna
You gonna
like
get it back.
you're gonna get it back. And people
Hmm.
gonna say something about it. Not every woman enjoyed you tearing down a black man, especially with lies. I got two sons. I got male family members. I got uncles. I got cousins.
Hmm. I
And
got a lot of male cousins, more than
exactly, and
girls.
that could have been either one of them that are wench was trying to tear
Hmm.
down like that.
Yep.
So no, I'm not gonna go along with that foolishness if I see and you can and she's lying, is noticeably lying. I'm not gonna go along with that.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna go along just because she's a woman. I
Hmm.
know a lot of women. Okay, so let me see this. Lupac said that's definitely a lie, my too, because I found the receipt that he posted saying I apologize to anyone I dealt with before 2020 and bringing God in my life. RH and Bree broke up in 2022. Okay, which part? Okay, I found the receipt saying I apologize to anyone I dealt with before 2020.
Who
Okay,
posted
Lupac,
that?
I'm lost, huh?
Who posted that?
Lupac, but I'm lost. I don't know what I was saying to make her respond to that. I'm behind in the comments, so
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I was trying to figure. I thought she was talking about somebody posted it on the Facebook. Mm.
My two, that's definitely a lie, my two, because I found the receipt he posted saying, I apologize to anyone I dealt with before 2020 and bringing God in. I think she's talking about Sleepy
Mm.
and Robert broke up in 2022. Lil Park, are you talking about Sleepy? No, that man don't want her. Yes, I remember that. Hey, Candace. Hey, everybody that came in the chat that I didn't see.
I'm
Okay,
behind
she said,
no
yeah, he went
comment
into
too.
Laura's room to play a prank on her when he first got together with her. That wasn't, somebody said that wasn't no prank.
Oh yeah, I know. I gotta look at them. Yeah, because I came in when, oh man, it was like it wasn't. It was way after they was ending things.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going through the videos. That's what made me really follow the story.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was trying to catch myself up, like what's going on here? Because I used to see them on my timeline all the time, and I'm like, what happened to that couple? What happened to them? Because now
Yeah.
they beefing. That just didn't make sense to me.
Yep. I I I I I would watch them like if it came across my timeline, but I wasn't subscribed to either one of them.
No,
But
I
if
wasn't
video
either.
came across, I would watch it.
Mm-mm.
And I liked their family dynamic. I didn't know she was like she was until all
Me
this stuff
neither. I didn't know that either, and that's what I was
started.
so shocked about. I
And
said, I
then
can't believe she acts like that.
exactly. And then the first video that I came back to after not seeing him for a while was when he was in the hospital and she had brought the little girl to see him. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, dog, she looked different. But anyway,
Right.
I saw him and I really didn't recognize who he was, but I recognized the name. And I kept looking because the last time I had seen him before that, he was full face.
Yeah, he was stocky, right?
Yeah, he
And I
was
thought like that's when I seen clips going around of him like that, I said, that's La Truth?
that's what
I
I
didn't
said.
even know he was sick.
I was like, he looked familiar, and I kept looking at the name, and then he started talking. I recognized the voice. I was like, goodness. And I
Hmm.
said he had cancer, and I immediately started praying. But
Another thing that made me was like, oh, okay, I'm done with respecting her. When it was getting out that she bullied him for that and trying to say it was fake, it
yeah,
wasn't real. And I'm like, what do you mean it was fake? And when we seen it.
Yep, she did try to say that, and he put out videos of when he found out the doctor told him it was definitely cancer. They
Hmm.
said that
And then
he,
the brother came on and said it ran in their family.
yeah, and then he tried to say they tried to say that he paid the doctor. Ain't no doctor gonna lose his
Nah,
license lying for a
nah,
kid.
nah, nah. That just don't even sound logical. And that's what I mean by they're just like rock tards, Krishan Rock fans. That don't even sound logical.
It
Just
doesn't.
just think about it. That don't sound logical at all.
When I tell you they would do anything to make him a lie and make her the truth,
Yeah.
okay. If it's a video out there, and she was in the car driving, and she was praying, and she was crying, praying for her husband. Her husband got cancer, Lord. She praying for a healing. It was a video out there of her saying that he had cancer. He
Right.
was nowhere around her. She was in the car by herself.
And then so why would you go along with it if that was the case? If you felt that way?
Hey, Lil Pop, exactly. Hey, Lil Pop.
Hey, I
I'm
was in
just
the
so late to
comments
the
saying
comments
drop
too.
the link, but I didn't realize you had already dropped it, so I had to find it. Hey, y'all.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
So I put that comment because peep the play, y'all. If y'all remember, well, if you go on Sleepy's page, you'll see that he didn't create that Facebook till September of 2022, which was a month before the DV situation happened, right? He didn't have a
Mm,
Facebook. He was on TikTok. So
mm,
to me, that was real convenient. But that post, that receipt that I'm talking about is a receipt I found in my receipts when I was looking for something the other day. And it was something that he posted on Facebook early
Mm-hmm.
on in the saga. He posted that receipt early on, real early on. So that's probably why nobody remember it, because he was real quiet around that time. If y'all remember, he wasn't saying nothing. See, nobody really knew he even came to Facebook around September 2022 because he wasn't as vocal as he is now. If y'all remember, the first
mm.
time he responded, he said he had to get permission from his elder, right? So it's like, well, dang, did you fire the elder? Did he retire? Because you real vocal now. You got something to say every single day.
Every
But
day.
he basically posted saying, I apologize to everybody that I had dealings with prior to 2020 because I didn't have God in my life. Then basically saying he did people dirty, or whatever. And then,
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's when he had a come to Jesus moment in 2020. And
Mm-hmm.
I said RH and Bree divorced, they separated in 2022. So just to give a timeline to show when they must have reconnected
Mm.
based off that receipt. Yeah.
Right.
Got
So before the saga even started, right? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
it
saying?
was before, but if I'm guessing it was on some sneaking type ish. Like
Mm,
RH didn't know about it. Because if he did, I don't see no man having a problem with a man being in his kid's life,
mm,
especially if he's contributing financially, because all the strain was literally on RH. He was taking care of
mhm,
those kids as his. So I don't, you know what? Let me say this too. Hold on, y'all. Let me put my fan on.
okay.
But I feel like let me see how to say this. Uh because of the way they came together, and because of the way I can only imagine. And I did a live on this one day where I was speaking on pillow talking between a husband and a wife, right? So it's a video that I have that RH and Laonya did while they were together. And he was speaking on Bitter Baby Mama. She was speaking on Bitter Baby Daddies. And he was speaking first, and she cut him off. And she was like, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I gotta say this. And she said something about her baby daddy. She don't really care about that ninja because he a DB, and she got her husband, so she don't care about him. If y'all can remember that video. So you could tell that it was a lot of negative things that was given to RH from her about Sleepy. So my thing is, you can't really fault this man for how he perceived you, because
right.
the only reason why he even know of you is through your baby mama. And how he view your character is because of
It's
her,
because
the
of
things
her,
that she
right?
said.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that she said to him was negative. So that's how he's gonna come at you and perceive your character. You can't expect it to be friendly if he only know you to be abusive. He only know you to be a DB. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
all of that came from her. So when he got gripes with RH, but you should be mad at your baby mama because this man, when you become a husband, you go into protective mode. So in
Mm-hmm.
RH's mind, he's thinking he has to protect his wife, right? So
Mm-hmm.
anything she's saying negatively, he knows. Y'all, I'm pretty sure Laonia done told RH a lot of the things that happened. Shoot, the first week of them meeting, them kids was calling RH daddy. So it's like he only know of what she said, and he know of
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he had to look at them kids every day and know that he was their father figure. So I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
all he could go off of. So that's why I'm kind of confused with Sleepy, because it's like, dude, you don't have to be friends with this man, but you could just be chill just off the strength that this man was a father figure to your kids, and he could have been a Janelle. Because if
Mm-hmm.
y'all heard Queen Fee's live the other day, she said in that live, I guarantee them kids would rather go with RH than to stay with Bree and Ja. So while you
Right,
over
but she's
there,
not gonna allow I don't know. I don't feel she allowed them to heal from him
no,
properly.
well, she ain't never healed. Think about it.
Mm-mm.
Because she just carrying her baggage and her trauma over to each relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pattern. Everything, it's just carrying over. Shit. And if you don't heal, you will never have a successful relationship. And they quick to say, "Oh, y'all want them to break up." No, child,
Mm-mm.
listen. She can do as she please. At the end of the day, that is not my life. I dialogue on it, do content on it, but of course, we covering this and we seeing kids are involved, so we would want the best environment
Mm-hmm.
for the children. How can you even look at this situation and not want what's best for the kids, because innocent children are involved? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, and then another thing too, y'all. I didn't want to come up here and take over. I said I didn't mean to come up here and take over my two. I
No,
put this in the
no, go
comments.
ahead.
I'll put this in the comments because I be so confused if y'all, and I was watching somebody, I ain't gonna say no names because I don't CC name drop on my platform, so I ain't gonna do it on yours either. But I was watching somebody's live yesterday, and somebody got on the panel and was basically speaking against the RH supporters and the CCs on this side. And they look at us as if we're enabling him and he's unhinged and this and that.
So
And
what
I'm
are they
like,
doing?
this exactly. So, but you see, I feel like that's the beauty in seeing it in everybody having a different opinion and seeing it in different eyes, because it's like the same way y'all looking at us is how we looking at y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
who can determine who's right in this situation, outside of us going strictly off the facts and the receipts? Now we know what it is when it come to that. But
Mm-hmm.
they judge us based off of how they feel about RH, because this lady was saying, "Oh, they dumb and they labeling him. He's unhinged. He doing this. They better watch. He doing that." And they know deep down. Da, da, da. So I'm like, first of all, I can only really speak for myself, but when we initially came into this, well, everybody, we came into this because of a DV plot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how do we get so far away from that to where we didn't hear recordings of these same people who fake support this girl talking bad about her? You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't let my daughters follow her. She was a bad influencer. She toxic. She didn't put hands and feet on him too. And oh, she's sending us stuff, to post when she's saying y'all stop. All of it, we didn't hear all of that on audio. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, it's a different facade when it's publicly, but deep down, everybody knows that this girl lied on this man, but they built their hate towards him off of that lie.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't expect us to feel the same way that y'all feel when a lot of us are still stuck on the Bruce situation and the basis of that lie. We ain't watching how this man eat, dress, yawn, or how he walk. We ain't worried about if his legs skinny, if his head big, none of that. So it's like, it's all unnecessary things that they're picking at him with,
Mm-hmm.
to find a reason to just not support him. But what they not realizing it's all built off of that lie. Because had she not put that lie out here, he wouldn't be going through this.
Exactly.
Exactly the same way that RH feels about her baby daddy. She is like she does it to people whenever she done with them. That's the image you get of that person. Like they're always toxic. It's never her. It's what they did to her. He beat me. He several times. It's a pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I heard my two say, I think that was you who said, I think you said that earlier when you said it's like it's given opposite, because it's like she put the bad baby daddies on a pedestal, but RH
Hmm.
is getting all the flack. And that's why somebody had this, I don't know who panel this was on, where it was a dialogue about her still being in love with him. And to be honest, I feel like I ain't gonna say she's in love with him. I feel like she's still bitter and scorned and resents him, because had they not broken up, she wouldn't be in the situation she's in now.
I was gonna
And
say the same exact thing, except I was gonna
yeah,
say she regrets leaving the marriage,
she's in love.
just letting it go.
She's in love with the idea of what they had, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. But she resents him. Why? And that's why she still subs him and do the certain things that she does, because she knows she had a good husband. He wasn't
Exactly.
perfect. No man is perfect, but
No.
he looked out for her kids, and that wasn't his kids. And this is what a lot of women get it wrong, because I noticed sometimes she would say, "Oh, he wasn't," well, on the Bayes interview, she was like, he's a good father, but he could be better," as far as listening to understand when the kids talk, whatever, whatever. But my thing is that them wasn't his kids, baby. So
Hmm.
when she say, "Oh, he didn't take care of my kids," yes, he did. If he provided a roof, that's him taking care. I don't care if he didn't do nothing outside of that, whether it be buying them clothes or whatever. Long as he provided a roof and gave them food and treated them the right way with respect, that's enough,
And
because that's
retired
not
the
his
mama from
kids.
nursing, so she don't have to break her back all
Yeah,
these years. He put her in a better
exactly.
position. He could
That's
have
not
just
his
he could
kids.
have just been one of those controlling freaks, the men with the money that say when you want money, you come to me, and let her leave with nothing when the
Hmm.
marriage is done. He didn't do that. So I
All
don't
he
understand what's all the ungratefulness about.
Or he could have been like Janashos, and whenever she say, "Can you do more stuff with the boys? Can you bring me a haircut?" And he say, "Them not my kids." Okay,
Hmm.
listen. He could have been on that type of time, but he wasn't, and that's the part I don't understand. Like, he treated them like they were his own. You will
Hmm.
never, of course, it'll never be, I ain't gonna say the love will never be as strong as with biological kids, but she tried to say, "Oh, it was plenty of times she went against her word." Because if y'all remember, because my two just played some of that Bayes interview. One day we need to really break that interview down, because it's a lot of contradictions in that interview.
Mm-hmm.
um it was a part in that interview where she was talking about certain things that happened in the marriage, and Neat Bay asked her, "Well, how is he as a father? Because I'm trying to find something good on this man because of the stuff she was saying." And she was like, "As a father, he's good. He could be better as far as," and here's where it gets tricky, because Momo wasn't but what 3 years old at the time. So how can you say he could be better? But she was referring to DW. But I remember when Foot Meat did a live stream one day, she was saying how um RH was the apple of DW's eye and vice versa, and their relationship didn't go astray until Laonya came into the picture. So when she said, "Oh, he could be better," and she compared, this is what's crazy, and I feel like Neek them didn't do justice to that interview, because when she said, um he could do better as far as listening or something like that. She said kind of how it is with me, because she compared the relationship with her to the relationship with him and his daughter. I'm like, baby, that is not the
No,
and it,
it's
this.
so
But catch the contradiction though, y'all.
not the
Y'all
same.
remember when she first came out and she was saying, "I can't give you a mother's love." Y'all
Mm.
remember that? She was like, because he was asking her for affection, and she was like, "I can't give you a mother's love," knowing doggone well that's not what that man meant.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Whew. It's a whole hot mess, but I just don't understand it. Like, my whole thing is stop trying to, cast judgment or belittle or disrespect people for supporting this man when the bigger picture is he was lied on about DV. Everybody don't support the same way.
Mm-mm.
It's just like if you would be supporting Jay-Z, Beyonce, Eric Benet, Tamia, whoever, any other, celebrity, public figure, you support them a certain way, but you're not diving so far into their lives trying to find a reason not to support them. That's the
Mm.
difference. That's the difference. And I don't think they're grasping that because so many people have become so personally invested to where, they know all the ins and outs. And of course, you're going to find reasons not to support a person when you looking that hard for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
A
Mhm.
lot of that is irrelevant. The reasons why they're dragging him and saying they don't support him is irrelevant. Nobody is looking for that. People supporting him for his content, his music, and his personality. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Cause this gotten to the point where he could blink wrong and they talking.
Yep.
It's nothing he can do. If he posts something, get over her already. It don't be nothing to do with her.
Hmm.
I just came off his comments from yesterday. It's anything. They don't care anything he do. I mean,
Yeah.
it just, oh, I see the narcissism. Like what?
It's real sad.
Anything.
It's real sad. And that's my whole thing. Like when I say um their dislike for him right now is built off of a lie. I feel like it should be a fresh start because it's not it's not genuine hate, if that
Mm-mm.
makes sense. And
Okay.
when I say genuine hate, meaning like the wife put out a lie. So, oftentimes when we perceive something or we look at a person based off of what somebody else said, it's built off of that lie. It's hard to explain
Mhm.
it, but their hate is not genuine because it was built off of that lie. If you follow RH before this saga, then they had, well, let me not say they, I'm gonna say him. He had way more positive than negative. I rarely
Mhm.
seen a negative comment in his comments before this saga. So that's why I say all of this hate for him was built off of that lie. Even though, and this is why this storyline, I don't feel like it's gonna have a good ending because it's so many people that then got personally invested into it and they're not looking at the facts and the bigger picture as far as the Bruce is concerned. And it's bad when they still holding on to RH, but they mad at us for talking about Bree and Janelle,
Exactly.
which is currently going on.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
my thing is, even if the stuff she's exposing him on live, I'm talking about John now. She be exposing him on live, and then anytime they post a picture or whatever, oh y'all is so cute, y'all is so this, y'all so that. Why y'all ain't ripping him to shreds like y'all are our age? Why
Exactly.
y'all not ripping him to shreds about what she was saying on them live videos?
Exactly.
Conditioned. And here's the thing. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna jump off. I feel like a lot of these people are conditioned, and the ones that's in her comments, most of those people are not following the storyline. They're
Exactly.
Mhm,
supporting her
that's
on
true.
Facebook where she keeps her platforms clean. That's
Mhm,
why, and I feel like if they was seeing it, they would have a different perspective. But they're not seeing the stuff that us CC's breaking down and all that because she posts and deletes, posts and deletes, posts and
Mm-hmm.
deletes. So they
Mm-hmm.
don't see none of that. And then they didn't put pretty much a bad stigma on R8, well, not R8's child, but on the CC's over here because it's like, oh, they just dragging her, they just bashing her, they just tearing her down,
Mm-mm.
they bullying her, instead of actually looking at the content to see what it is. They just thinking
Mm-hmm.
everybody is bullying her or dragging her and her kids. Like it's really not that. Like look at the receipts. That's why I wish social media was ran like the actual courts.
Yeah.
It would be totally
Mm-hmm.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought the one thing I saw that really, really turned me was when they was saying something about Ja had did something to her, and the pictures that she was sending somebody, she said post this and blame it on him,
Robert. Yeah.
RH.
Hmm.
And I just was like, I cannot believe she would do something like that. You have to be a terrible person to do something like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
To do damage control from people talking about your current boyfriend who really is knocking your head through the dryers or whatever he doing.
Exactly.
I
She
don't
has
understand that.
no conscience, and she has a black heart because
Yeah.
she knows if nobody else knows for sure. Hey, everybody that came in, I didn't see them, not keeping up with the chat, but everybody, I mean, for her to get on here and act like nothing's happened and we just picking on her for nothing, like she didn't do nothing to deserve us breaking down her lives. She's
Mm-hmm.
very narcissistic and she has a black heart because she knows that everybody is doing this to this man because of her. She knows that she
She
lied. She'll
don't care.
never
She
admit it.
sleep well at night. I don't
She
understand how.
does.
I
She
don't
because
understand.
she thinks she's getting blessed. She thinks she's being blessed and God is showing her favor. But if she knows the Bible, then she's gonna know all blessings don't come from God,
Mm-mm.
especially when you out here doing wrong. The
Yeah, when you got
devil,
an evil heart, anything you getting out of a spiteful heart, that's the devil, baby.
exactly.
I
And
don't understand that.
because she's not seen it yet or she's not seeing any hits yet, she thinks she's still on top. And that's why she would never come forward and apologize because she's not had a reason to apologize because she still thinks she big Bree. She still thinks she doing it until she start losing some things, until God gets tired of her and makes her sit down and show her the error of her ways. Robert will never get an apology. He
Right. And like
never
this comment said, he was so negligent, but you wanted him to adopt your kids.
exactly. And he'll never get that apology.
I can only
And he
see
may
certain
be
comments.
chased off social media and all before we witness that. And that's a shame because this is something he had before he knew her. He knew
Mm-hmm.
her less time. It took her less time to tear him down than it took
Mm-hmm.
him to build it. It took him he had his platforms from before it was double digits, 2009, 2013, may have been
Really? It's been
2013.
that long?
Yeah, 14 years. He
Wow, I didn't know
14
that.
years. He
That
was
goes
only
to
with
show
her
I
6.
really didn't know him like that. I didn't
So
know
he
them
had
like
his
that.
platform 9 years before he got with her. And
Damn.
she left him, and it took her all but 6 months to have a negative effect on his platform. So
Mm-hmm.
it took her less time than they were together for her to tear down his platform. And she would never
Yeah.
apologize to that. She has no bad feelings about that.
No,
She
she
feels
don't.
like she feels like her people have vindicated her because they helped tear him down. When all this first started
Mm-hmm.
happening, one of her supporters said, "We are not going to stop until we bring him down, until we tear him down," and they've
That's
done that.
sad. That's sad. That's an evil way of thinking.
And
That's
none of them.
evil.
I could not do my worst enemy like that, but
I
I don't
couldn't
have the
either.
heart like these women have. These women,
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Go
I
look
don't.
at them comments and you see them women. I mean, they're
I
just like
know.
her. That's what I've came to the point of realizing with her supporters. A lot of them must be just like her in real life. Because
That's
you
why
read them
I said
comments and you be like, how could that even come out your mouth to say
exactly.
that to somebody?
And I said, these same women, if a Jezebel was to do that to their son, they would be ready to shoot
They
him.
will, I'm telling you, and you have to really think when a mother, because when that was with the whatever scratch off he had, the way the mother looked was like she knew her son was on his way riding the hell. What they say on the Tyler Perry movie? He gonna drag you to hell. That's what the mama thought.
Mm-hmm.
When that scratch off incident happened, I said,
Mm-hmm.
damn, the way she looked was like she was not
That look.
happy at all.
Yep.
And she gave him that look like, you next. You next.
Yep. But I hope I pray for Robert every day, because every day I get on here I see they still tearing him down. When I go try to support his lives, I see they still tearing him down. I'm not supporting him because I'm no big Robert supporter. I'm supporting him because of how they do him. I know he's not
Hmm.
innocent in a lot of stuff, but he don't deserve
Right,
what they
right.
doing to him.
Right, but I think that, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like they don't realize that we don't support him with in the manner. It's certain things that came to light that it just wasn't. You know what I mean? It didn't look good on his behalf, but it's a lot more things that came to light about her that
Mm-hmm.
just don't look right, and
Mm-hmm.
going past not looking right is demonic. It's just demonic because I could remember back here maybe a few months ago when I was first diving in head in, when RA said, please do not discuss my ex-wife or ex in a negative way on my comments.
Exactly.
Please. She didn't never say that. She
Never.
never told
Because
her followers not to do that.
she
So
never
who could
did.
really be the nastier person here?
Exactly.
You're the reason he getting dragged for filth, whatever he do or post or whatnot, you're the reason, and you have not said that, but he has. So that means he has more compassion than you, the
Mm-mm.
narcissistic person. Quote you calling him narcissistic.
I see a lot of narcissist people on here calling him narcissist, and I'm like,
Hmm.
that's like the pot calling the kettle black.
Hmm. It's I'm telling you, most of them the following, they're just like her. Anybody who could respect any type of dirty deed she be doing and think it's all right, or whenever she telling them, call this. I seen where she was telling people call for food stamp fraud. Y'all know,
Exactly.
get them. Ushering her cult to ruin people like that. That's
Hmm.
very demonic. That's
She got on
evil.
here. She put his address and his phone number up. She
I,
did a
I
lot of
heard about
demonic
that.
stuff.
I just now found out
Yeah.
about that.
Hmm. And so, biblically they say, if we're looking at a cult, what falls from the head falls to the tail. They see their
Hmm.
leader posting people's private information, so that gave them the go ahead to go. Let's
To
start
go
looking
do it, yeah.
at posting people, because it's like she gave them the okay to do it when she did it.
Hmm. Yep. And it's like her cult, her they don't have a mind of their own. Whatever she say, go jump off a cliff. I
Hmm.
don't see people on here who's on RH side and they're like, okay, I don't agree with this, what RH did, but not when you go to their videos.
You
Oh
never
no,
hear them
she's right
say
all the time. They wrong. They doing this to her. They're trying to ruin her life. How could y'all say that when y'all sitting up here calling people jobs and careers, trying to knock people careers in them, calling food
exactly.
stamp office? How could y'all dare? How could that come out y'all mouth? Because I
Yep.
don't think nobody on RH side has been trying to ruin these people's lives.
Nobody has. Nobody has. But because you have an opinion that's not aligned with theirs about her, and
Mm.
because we're not caught up in the Kool-Aid and we see through the lies and we vocalize seeing through the lies, we're the devil. Is that side ain't nothing, that side ain't nothing but demons. How? Because we're calling out lies. We're not
But your
going
leader
along
is
with
the
what's
biggest
wrong.
one though.
Yeah.
Your leader, and they idolize her as a god. That's the sad
They
part.
do. They
They
do. I can't.
idolize that woman like she's a god, and that's
They do.
very evil to me. Like I don't get it. I
She
don't get it.
does no wrong in their eyes. Nothing that she does do they ever come out and say, well, she shouldn't have done this or she shouldn't have done that. I've heard a lot of content
Hmm.
creators on this side call Robert out for his
That's
bullshit.
what I'm saying. I have too. And then not only that, look at the differences in the comments. When they go to RH and attack him in his comments, they're literally making statements. You're so narcissistic. Oh my God, you're such a bruiser. But when RH side is going over to her comments, they're asking her questions like, why don't you, do this with your children? Or why you're not doing that, but you're doing it. They're asking her things. It's not in a tactful manner. And then the first thing she gonna do is, oh, you're ugly, you're old, you this, you
Exactly.
that. And it's like,
Exactly.
why? For asking a question? They're asking you a serious question. This is something they seen. So they're asking you. But on Robert's side is you're this, you're that. They're not asking him nothing. They telling him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it's like in a false light. They're delusional. I don't understand that.
I don't either. And then somebody told me today that it was said that if I come live and do anything other than apologize to Bree, they're gonna tear my ass up. But get ready to tear my ass up
What?
because I'm not gonna apologize for calling out lies.
See what I'm saying? Why is it a problem for anybody to have an opinion against her?
Exactly.
Why?
And why would anybody that told the truth about what she put out there and made those lies be known, why would they apologize for doing that? If you don't
Right.
want the truth to be told, stop lying.
Right. Right. And I did. That's what made me really jump on the train when I seen I'm telling you, I seen a compilation of, I don't know whose it was, but it was like all her videos of her contradicting herself or
Mm,
them showing what she said he did, but really she did it. And I was like, what? She acts like Miss LaTruth acts like this? Cause I know her as Miss LaTruth, the wife. But
mm.
I didn't know her as an individual. I'm like, she acts like this.
No.
This is what he dealt with. Oh my God.
For the time when she was with him, that was a mask. The mask was
Hmm.
on. When she left him, the mask came off, and now we're seeing who she really is.
Hmm.
We saw a glimpse of it when she was with him because she came forward when she got with him and did the same thing to her previous baby daddy.
And
Came up
that's what I'm
there talking
saying. And then what you think gonna happen when her and John completely
about.
over? It's
Mhm,
gonna be the same and so
mhm.
on. So then it's gonna be, well, who's really the problem?
Yep.
It's a common denominator.
I'm not sure about that, Pisces. I heard that, but I'm not sure.
Where is we at?
You see that?
Oh, I've been lost. Oh
On
my God.
these allergies. It's on the screen.
The smirk. I was reading the smirk.
Huh?
Wait a minute. Let me go back up. They said something about a smirk. Where's go? Oh, I lost it. They said something about when they got married or something. She smirked or something like she knew she had him or something.
Okay, it's right there. I remember with that when Harmony did a video after they got married with that smirk of hers on her face. He didn't know what he was up for when he was dealing with her. And yes, Lala said,
Mm-hmm. But just like when she whispered about that baby after he walked away, it's
mm-hmm,
things that were already in the mix. Like his personality always been there, right?
mm-hmm,
His personality has always been there, right? So my thing is, how can y'all really attack somebody who's been who they are the whole time, but now this person come out, she's the victim, she's this, she's that, but she has a mask in certain parts of her where you see in videos where she's being sneaky, she's being sly, she's smirking, she's whispering, it's all kinds of stuff where she has changed. So my thing is, he's always been that way. You the one that changed. So how could he really be the problem? How can he really be the issue? I don't know. Mm.
that's why I say when she left him, the mask came off. Now
Yeah.
she is showing who she really is. Who she was when
Mhm.
she was with him, that was a persona that she put on.
I'm telling you, I used to really. Be like, oh, they such a good couple. Like, oh, she's such a good wife. He's such a good husband. And when I found out how she what really was after the divorce, I said, there's no way. There's no way she like Brie like that. Man,
Yep.
I was shocked. Shocked.
And I've heard of scorned women.
She's past scorn. She's dangerous. She's dangerous.
She is.
Mm-mm. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. I'm telling you, the things she's doing and could be on here gyrating and comfortably sleeping at night with her feet kicked up. There's no way. You can't convince me otherwise. That's a dangerous woman. I'm sorry.
She
I
is.
could never sleep right with doing the things like that to a black man, and a black man that took care, a black king that took care of you so well. Because you know
Exactly.
he did. You can't deny that.
This girl, you got allegedly, I know you got 2 sons, but you got 3 sons. And
Hmm.
sometimes, baby, your karma comes to you through your kids. I hate to say
Oh
that, but
yeah,
it's true.
I never
You
thought that
got
way.
3 black
Hmm.
sons. And the way you doing black men around here, I pray she
Be
don't see it
careful.
again through her children.
Yeah, yeah, gotta be careful. And I hate to say that, but got to be careful. And that's what I mean. I told my fiance this about my friends in the past, and I was like, they do things to me that I feel like they're not afraid of karma. They're not afraid of God punishing them because
Mm-mm,
they do things and they just do it and without a care in the world, a thought in the world, without apologizing when they're wrong. I can't hang around people like that.
mm-mm,
It makes
mm-mm.
me feel like you have no soul, and I can't be around that. I can't
Exactly.
do it. Because with
Soulless.
me, anytime I'm wrong, the Aquarius in me wearing my heart on my sleeve, I'm going to apologize. There's no
Mm-hmm,
hiding my emotions. Everything I feel, I say it. I'm going to come out and say it. When I'm sad, I'm sad. When I'm happy, I'm happy. Ain't no in between. It's going
mm-hmm,
to be known. I can't be around people who's not transparent as I am. I just can't do it. Cause
mm-hmm,
I'll be damned if I be around somebody sneaky, hateful, spiteful, or like her, anything like her. We could not hang. That's what I'm saying. How people saying she got friends on payroll. You couldn't pay me to be her friend. Not what
mm-hmm.
I see online. There's no way.
And to show how dark her soul is, this comment right here, I forgot about this. I thought about it earlier, but I forgot about it on the sitting here on the panel till Miss Nina said she even went as far as in the salon talking about he put a hit on her.
Right. Oh, that I seen that clip. I seen
Number
that.
one,
Now, what if somebody really took that serious?
exactly.
Really took that serious?
Number one, okay, this man put a hit on you. If a person really puts a hit on you and nobody won't do it and they really want you gone, they're gonna keep on till they find somebody that's gonna do the job. They're
Right.
gonna keep going. They're not gonna stop
Right.
at one person if this person really wanted you out the way.
Right. And then I got another one. If a person put a hit out on you, baby girl, you on live. If you so fear for your life, why you recording everywhere you going? Why is you live if this person put a hit on
That
you?
part,
And
and
you believe it. You believe you're in danger
why did you tell these people in the salon and when they
and
called and
not the
told you
police.
this, you didn't call the police and say, well, this person is trying to hire somebody to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't supposed to say that on here, but to unalive
Off
me.
you.
Yeah.
Unalive.
Yep, but that goes to show that she's full of crap. And those people that follow her actually believe that. When I was doing videos, I was real heavy doing them then. They was all in my comments. Why your boy, since you got so much to say about her, why your boy put a hit on her? I'm like, oh my God, these
And
people
you
run
believe that. That's what I'm
they're
saying. Her
running
fault
with
ain't too smart. They ain't as smart as she is.
this.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Well, where the police report at? The receipt queen, can you upload a police report of you being in fear of your life? That's
Exactly.
what I want to see.
It's like when she gets in her little lying thing, what come up, come out. Whatever she got to say, she gonna lie about it. Like in the beginning, she said he didn't do this and didn't do that to her. But when she got on them interviews, it was he blacked my eye, he drugged me across the floor, he gave her what she said something about her head. Um, was it a concussion? He swole her head or something. But every time she went in front of the cameras, he did all of this. But when she would leave, she would walk it back and put out interviews, said, I never said this, I never said that.
Yeah, I did see that. I seen
Y'all
that in that comment.
you all took it and ran with it. Oh,
Hmm.
they just repeated what you
I
said.
never said he physically abused me. Then in another clip,
Yeah,
she said, "Well, he dragged me to
yeah.
down here to this
Um,
to that part of the house." Oh, I never said he abused or bruised me. I said, "Which one is it now? Come on, what we talking
and
about?"
he was on an interview with she was on one of those things with him, and he was like, well, he was being like, she said, you drugged me across the floor. He said, well, how far did I drag you? Like he was admitting to it. No,
Mhm.
he want you to tell him how he dragged you and if he dragged
Right,
you, how far. He
right.
wasn't admitting to I drug you, but they took that and ran with the said he admitted to dragging her because he asked her, well, how far
No,
did I
no.
drag you?
He was saying like, "Show me. I want to see
Exactly.
this." Like,
Like he
yeah,
was
where I
looking on
drag
that
you to.
like he was looking on that video that I did earlier, where she was talking about all this stuff that he did. He had this look on his face like, who is she talking about? She can't be talking about me. It was like he was shocked. Like he was seeing this side of her for the first time when she was on there telling them lies. It's just the look he had on his face when she was
Mm-hmm.
spewing out them lies.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I done seen some stuff, and I just feel like that's dangerous. That's a different type of scorn. It's past scorn.
Yeah,
I
it
couldn't
is.
imagine tearing down a man's character like that to the point where the world hates him. They hate him, and it's like it's differently, and you feel like our Asian side is just as bad. But baby, look in your comments and look at
Exactly.
his.
They live and worship them kind of comments. They worship those kind of comments. I'm not black hearted. When I like I said, when I started to get into this, it was to call her out on her BS. But I've never gone back and forth in comments because I'm not here for that. I'm not here to be arguing with
Mhm.
supporters. I'm not here to be arguing with content creators. I'm here to blog. And I am not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go back and forth with them. You feel like you feel good. You got an opinion,
Mhm.
I got one. You got a right to yours, I got a right to mine.
Mhm.
But you're not gonna bully me into shutting up, and you can say your opinion in your people chat, but I can't put videos out and voice my opinion, but y'all gonna be all over chats voicing y'all. Y'all better get the F out of here with that.
Mhm. Yep. And I seen where they was talking about that chat got out about taking food out of her mouth or whatever. But this is my thing with that. How much food off the table y'all think y'all took off his?
Mm-hmm.
How much do y'all think y'all destroy his life by doing what y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because if y'all are able to call people's jobs and find out their careers and stuff, I'm quite sure y'all got a hold of a couple of things he was doing.
Yep.
I'm quite sure. Like, there's no way we gonna sit here and talk about one chat got out. Oh, they trying to take food out of her kids' mouths. And what do y'all think y'all did? The man said that y'all destroy his platform so much he got demonetized off one of his platforms. The other platform, I don't know if he ever got it back. I don't know if he ever got it back.
He now
But
his big one. He
wasn't
didn't
that
never
snatched
get
from him
his big one back.
completely?
He never got that big one back that had the
So
nine
that's what
million.
I'm saying.
Yep, he never got it back. And he posted some videos of what he was making when he was rebuilding. And they had a lot to say about that too. Okay, when she came out and said he only had $95 in his account,
Hmm.
showed the receipt. He only got $95. They went along with it. Brie was his bread and butter. He was eating off Brie. He was this, he was that. He didn't never say nothing different. He was broke. They was all in his comment, you're broke. You miss Brie, Brie gone. Your bag is gone.
That's evil. That's evil.
But he didn't say nothing
Hmm.
about it. He just let them ran with it. This week, he's he put a post out and he was talking about his platforms and he put up how his money's like when this first started and she,
Hmm.
like a couple of months before he left, he was making like $70,000 a month. And then it started
Wow.
$70,000 a month, $70,000 a month. It started going down. Then he showed,
What? That
yeah,
much? That
yeah,
drastically?
yeah, it started
And
going
that's what I'm
down. It went down to
saying.
25,000
Mm-mm-mm.
in 2020 through 24. 2023, it started going down to 25,000, 7,000. It went down. And then they stopped paying
Mm.
him in April of 2024, I think. So 2023, it was dwindling down as they was ruining his brand. It
And that's
started
what I mean
dwindling
by a
down.
dangerous woman. That proves
Yep,
it right there. You
yep,
done took the man whole income by based off a lie you told.
exactly.
And you around
So,
here sleeping at night and thinking
exactly.
you and that's why you in a relationship you in now. God
Yep,
don't bless no mess. That's crazy.
yep. And she feels good about it. She feels good. I bet that she feels good seeing him go down like that. And she don't realize anything can happen to her. If something
Hmm.
happens to you, girl, and you brought your child's father to zero, how is he going to take care of your child if something happens to you? She's not
Right,
mature enough to think like that. I would
right.
want my child's father to win because if something happens to me, I know she's in good hands.
No, because you know what's gonna happen. Woke Israelite gonna accept responsibility.
He can take accept responsibility for his, but Robert's going to get his.
He
Yep.
gonna take the responsibility of somebody else's child like RH did. What you mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. I doubt it. I doubt that. But yeah, why would you tear down your child's father like you're gonna be here forever? You don't know. It's
Mhm.
anybody can go to bed and not wake up in the morning. Life is not
Right,
promised to you. You never know when your last breath gonna be. So
right.
why would you destroy your child's father being a immature ass little girl when
Hmm.
one day he may have to take custody of that child and fend for him?
Now, what's the age difference? Because I was like hearing it's a big age difference. What's the age difference with them two?
I'm not sure.
Because ain't he like supposed to be in his 40s and she's what, 30 what?
He's 40. I don't know. Lupac, you hear that? I know when this first happened, I think he was like 42 and it seemed like she been 32 forever. But it's like an 11-year age gap between them. Am I right, guys?
Okay. Well, her age is showing. I mean, her age is showing, but I mean, she's in her 30s. That's a bit immature for me because if you in your 30s and you act like that, he got no business with her. She's
Mm-hmm.
immature as hell.
Mm-hmm.
She acts like a little kid. I
She
promise
does.
you, she reminds me of these 17-year-olds running around here.
Exactly. She said, y'all forgot she married him twice, and the second time he didn't even want to marry her, but she paid for the second wedding and everything. Remember, allegedly, she got receipts on
What?
her own. Yeah, she claimed that because she paid for it, that's the reason that she
So why? So he started seeing something before we all did. Why he didn't want to
mhm.
marry her the second time?
Girl, I don't know. But if he was
Mm,
this bad a person and you was suffering in silence for 6 years, why would you go say I do to the same person that you were suffering in silence with for 6 years?
mm-hmm.
Something about him made her
Because
want to marry him a
I
second
seen
time.
a prompt where she said the whole 6 years was fake. Why would you lie like that?
Exactly.
If it was so fake, you wouldn't have stayed as long as you did.
Exactly. Because, baby, I got out my first one in 9 months. In 9 months, when that ninja changed, I got out in 9 months. It didn't take me no 6 years to realize I made a
Yeah,
mistake.
I think my shortest relationship was what, 9 months. Mine was 9 months when I seen his when he began to change. I said, "Yep, it's time to move around."
Mm-hmm. She said, I'm
You ain't finna
wondering.
waste years of my life.
Yep. She said, I'm wondering where her family members. They don't speak on her or come to the internet. They do not. I was wondering the same thing.
Maybe
And
she on the well, maybe they on the payroll.
I was looking at that. I said, nah, if somebody was dragging me and I was this good person, my family would come to bat for me. in the
Mm-hmm.
comments on my lives, but nobody
Mm-hmm.
comes but her dad. Her dad is the only one comes and sticks up for her.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like her friends. Another thing that I noticed about her that she does when a friend of hers ain't talking to her, she likes to make these subliminal videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one she did with the video I seen earlier. She say, "If you're not pouring into me, I'm not gonna pour into you." Girl, please, you want people to overly pour into you. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Overly pouring to you, and then you don't pour nothing in them. We all
Mm-hmm.
heard about how you leave your friends dry and high. You keep bringing up how you bought somebody a car, you did this, you did that.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter. Maybe they deserved it after how loyal they've been to you and took all your BS and lied for you on the internet. They deserve that car, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe they been wanting to tell you off. I'm
Yeah.
tired of being this girlfriend, but she bought me a car, so I owe her to stay in this phony ass, fake ass friendship. Maybe they been tired of you. All right, but they felt you bought them a car, so they owe your life. They owe their life to you. Maybe that's how
Mm-hmm.
they feel.
Yep.
But you've been dry. I could just imagine the type of friend you are. Everything is about you. What you mean pour into me as much as I pour into you? What you mean with nothing? No water? I'm
Exactly.
I'm parched. What do you mean? Yeah, the subliminal videos, they gotta go.
Yeah, they do. Um, Brittany said, Lala, I hope that you can come on different panels. I love your insight on what you
Oh, thank
observe.
you.
Lisa
I'm just
said,
me and her just chopping it up, having a good old conversation.
yeah. Lisa said her supporters are over 55 and they're telling her she inspired them, a 37-year-old
Yeah,
fire woman. Exactly.
that's weird to me too.
That's weird to me.
Like,
I'm
how
like,
are you inspired by a 30-year-old and you're in your 50s or 60s? I be seeing them old women on there saying that.
exactly.
How? That's a problem.
It is. I'm like, are you all serious?
Yeah, because the aunties I got, the great aunts I got that's that age, they'll be like, is you cool? What's going on? They gonna call you out.
Exactly. They
The
will.
devil is alive.
Exactly. And ain't no
Mm-mm.
my family would nut up on me if I got on the internet
Man,
and I did that.
my family would cut up on me. Do you hear me?
Exactly.
Embarrass me on social media if I acted like her. I'm telling you.
Yep.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I got family that don't.
Yep. Hey
Not
everybody
my family.
that came in. If I didn't speak to you, I'm behind in the chat. Yep, but my family
Yeah,
would.
because I can't even see the comments like you can.
Yep. When I first got into this, my brother found out I had made I had used my email and made a YouTube channel. He was like, "What you gonna be talking about?" So right now I'm doing videos on the truth. He said, "You doing videos on that bullshit?" I was
That sound like my family. My
like, "Yeah."
fiance email real quick. I just ignore his call. Now, when I call him back and tell him, "Oh, I was on the panel talking about the Latrus," he gonna be like, "You was what? You ignore my call for that?"
Well, they do not like drama. They be like,
No, they don't. He gonna be so mad at me.
Okay, Lisa said he's 44. Ross say he's 43. In 2001, she posted a
So
boy.
she be,
So
yeah,
she's
that is about a 10, 11 year difference. Yep.
okay. So she said she was in 21. She posted a video celebrating her 30th. So here it is 5 years later. So she's 34 on her birthday, I assume.
Mm. And he's 44, about to be 44. So they're 10 years age difference.
Yep. If you had
But
seen
she
the
just act
video,
like, I'm telling you.
yeah. If you had seen the videos from them before, then you would have seen his face when they was talking about getting remarried when he put the ring on her finger that she bought. He was looking like he was not feeling that. He was looking
Really?
like
So then that's been something he's seen. And this is what I'm saying.
hmm
It's been something he's seen that he's like, I need an out. I just don't know how to do it.
hmm Oh, we didn't even cover that part, but yeah, since we looking back, you remember, I don't know if you were in it then, but you all, everybody sees how this man is, how this girl, his baby is when she's with them. She went, I guess she thought it was gonna help her in the divorce or whatever. She
Mhm.
tried to say that this baby was so traumatized to the point where she and her current boyfriend would traumatize this baby. I don't know what they were
That's
saying.
around the time I came in.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what they
because
were
I
saying.
seen where Ja had her, and then he was like, "You want to go with your daddy?"
Yeah,
No, no, no.
and it's no telling what they said
I
to
don't
that
know what they
child.
told her, but
Exactly,
obviously, if she's traumatized, she wouldn't be over there smiling and have a good old time now if it really was that.
exactly. She was supposed to be in therapy, and they were supposed to be counseled back together. When the divorce was over, he started getting his child. Didn't no counselor come and had to counsel her back to him. He just started getting
No,
his child, and she was happy to
no,
be with him. This baby
no. I
was
don't believe
very
that because
traumatized.
kids at that age, kids hold an honest essence about them, right?
Yeah,
So when a kid feels endangered by anybody, or you can rub them the wrong way one time. Remember, kids can still sense spirits and see spirits. If
exactly,
she felt any type of way about him, she wouldn't be over there right now.
exactly.
Any kid that feel a person is dangerous or their spirit is not right,
Hmm.
they know not to touch that hot button. They know not to go near them. They don't want to be around them. Ain't no faking the funk. They facial expressions are just drop. They're very honest at that age. So I
Exactly,
don't see that. I don't see that being real. I don't know
exactly.
what they told her before hitting that
Before they
camera.
hit, yeah, before they
I
hit the
don't. I
record
don't.
button,
I don't believe that. No,
they had
and
to
that
been
wasn't too long ago.
they had to be
So
exactly.
come on now, like
They had
no,
to
she
have
she
been
wouldn't want to be around them now.
they had to have been saying ugly stuff about him because even when they were in the
Mhm.
restaurant and she was like, she knew, I say they were the ones traumatizing their baby because they knew that they knew Robert was not out there to get her. And they told me your
Mhm.
dad didn't want to go with your daddy. They doing
Yeah,
all
that
that.
is
They
y'all
not,
traumatizing her.
but
Yeah.
they were really traumatizing that child. And then in the
Hmm.
restaurant, she talking about they go, Robert, you don't want to go with your daddy. She knew Robert was not in the
They
restaurant.
couldn't say anything like, your daddy about to come with the boogeyman. They
Yeah,
couldn't say anything, and then she, no, no, no,
yep.
no,
So
not the boogeyman,
I did, like I did on a video, I said the biggest problem with those children and their mental and they're not being bullied, but your influence on them is not good. You're the biggest
no.
influencer in their life. They seeing everything, they hearing everything. So it's her job to protect them kids, and she's causing the most damage to them. And I'm not talking about the
Mhm.
kids like they're gonna probably run with. I'm just telling a true analysis on what I see with her when it comes to them.
Right. That's true. And I feel another thing is she didn't allow them to properly heal because if somebody was my daddy for 6, 7 years and then mommy, because you don't like him no more, that don't mean I don't like him no more.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to go over there. Can I still go over there and hang around daddy? Can I still go and do things with daddy? For all
Mm-hmm.
we know, you in the background, you did do that because there's no way. Hell, it seemed like Lala is very comfortable with still talking to and being around him. If
Mm-hmm.
if if she had that option, you think Lala gonna say, no, I don't want to go with him. No. And if so, if she says it on camera, you done coerced her to say that because
Mm-hmm.
I seen a video where she was live with him, or I mean on video chat. She was just a smiling away.
She was when
You
he
didn't
had
give her, you didn't give them kids the opportunity to properly heal or move from
did
him
not.
just because you moved from him.
She left him. She immediately started flaunting another man with them, not having them time, giving them
And
time to.
pushed him, you could tell it was forced. It's forced.
Yeah, she could not give them time to process what had just happened. Not only
Mm-hmm.
were you going through a divorce, they were going through a breakup too because this was their stepdad or
Mm-hmm.
their dad for 6 years. Now you
Yep.
pull them away from them, and a month later you parading another man in. Then on this show that she had, she asked them. It wasn't even they didn't she didn't even give them time to process, and she gonna ask them, um, what kind of y'all want mommy to get married again? You already asking them questions, and they have not gotten over the first
And
marriage.
like they gonna say no, knowing mommy might get mad at us if
What
we
kind
don't
of
say
man?
yeah.
What kind of man do you want for your mommy? Inappropriate questions.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nah. And then it's not genuine at that. That's not a genuine question you should be asking children.
It's not.
Why don't
It's
you
not.
ask them on camera? Do you guys in any type of way miss Latruve, how he used to treat y'all? Why don't you start asking genuine questions like that and letting them answer
Mm-hmm.
before you cohort them or take over the conversation where they can't speak? You take away their voice. Why don't you start asking questions like that?
It was
Instead of, you
all
want to go with your daddy after all the bad things you done put in her head? You want to go? No, you don't want to go?
after everything happened. She being adult, being an adult, she should have been okay. This is Robert and I didn't work out, but you all can still have a relationship with him because you all have a
Right.
relationship with him. He Robert would have date nights with each one of them.
Mm-hmm. I
Take
believe it.
Yeah, he would take Lala on a date, then he would take the boys on a date. He used to do stuff
Mm-hmm.
with them like that, and he was like a real dad. They were calling, well, they was calling Janelle dad too, so that's not saying nothing. But yeah,
Nah, that's worse, I'm telling you.
yeah. So she is really 32. Hey, my two cents. Hey, everybody that came in. I'm way behind in the chat. They say
I'm
God.
telling you, because I don't see what you see until you put it up on the screen.
Yep.
I
It says
don't know how to work this well.
by them destroying him will lessen his support for his daughter, make it make sense they don't really care for her or her. 'Cause they don't.
Mm-mm.
You can't care for her because if you cared for her, you would try to make sure that he has the money that he's going to need to pay her child support. What?
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody ever thinks. Everybody does everything for a dollar on this app, but nobody ever thinks, what if these apps go away today? We got somebody in the White House that despises social media.
Mm-hmm.
And what if he makes laws where they just take away social media and your ability to make money? Then what?
Yep. Yep. That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
And I feel like, to me, I feel like if you genuinely care about the kids, I'm gonna put them in quotes because I felt like I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you watch Love and Hip Hop, but you know Tara and Peter Guns.
Mm-hmm.
How they always for the kids, 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 for the kids,
Mm-hmm.
but they really was sleeping with each other the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was disingenuous. So I'm gonna say this: if it's really for the kids, why didn't they all get their own individual therapy time? And
Exactly.
instead of you making it seem like Robert's child is the one that's traumatized. That's what made it so disingenuous for me. Because
Exactly.
my thing is, why didn't all of them, if they all experienced this, Lord, he came. If
Exactly.
they all experienced this, why didn't they all have therapists, right?
That part. That
That
part.
just don't make sense to me.
It
But
don't.
you wanted to make it look like, I know why.
Yeah, we know
You
why.
wanted to make, in your immature mind, you wanted to make it look like, look, his daughter is traumatized by him. His own daughter don't want to be by him.
Exactly. She did that with the oldest. She kept on and she kept getting the oldest one had. She turned him against the dad
Mm.
to the point to when she left him or when he put her out, the daughter went to stay with her. The mom allowed the oldest daughter, to stay with her.
With
Ain't no way.
who?
I wouldn't have done that.
With who?
Her Sierra allowed Desharia, his oldest daughter, to stay with Brianna when she and Robert split.
Oh no, baby,
She
nah.
gave her
Mm-mm.
guardianship over that child.
Nah, mm-mm. Not a woman that could flip the switch like that. And that's how you know they must have the same type of minds then.
And
Because
after
there's
she
no way
used
I would
that,
look at her and be like, I'm gonna pack my daughter up to move over
after she
there.
used
There's
that
no
to
way.
her advantage, she had used it. She didn't have no more use for that child. Kicked on
Mm-mm.
her.
So where has the daughter been now? That's how you that tell you right there. Where has she been now? Where why ain't she hanging around her no more? What's going on?
Because Robert, I think Robert did something and asked her to stay away from his daughter because she was only poisoning that girl against Robert.
Using her against him. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. I knew that. That's why I think
she
there's no
did
way as a
all
mother I would be okay with that. Even if I'm beefing with my baby daddy. Okay, that's between me and him. I'm not finna send you to the ex wife and put even more poison into her head. That's wow. Okay, the idiocracy going on around here. And you know what's crazy? I'm about Brianna's age, and the stuff she do just don't sit right with me.
that. Hmm.
It just don't. It don't at all. That's crazy. But I gotta go. I'm finna call him or he gonna be mad at me. I don't know how to click off.
Okay, I'm
It
about to
was
get off
nice
too,
talking with
y'all.
y'all.
I'm about to get off too, y'all. Let me thank you all. Um,
Oh Lord.
Thank you, Penny J. Thank you, Real Talk with Pratt. Thank you, Kimberly Williams. Thank you, Lakai Myers. Thank you, Lupac. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Candy Kisses. And thank you, Nina, for the super chats and super stickers. And thank you, Krisha, for the coffee. And there was another one. I couldn't pull up the name. But thank you all for the support. I appreciate it. And thank y'all for coming to the live. I'll be live again Sunday on my Kevin Samuel stuff. Come back, Lakia. I would like to hear your
I will be watch. I always watch your stuff. I love y'all stuff. I love you and
okay.
Luke Pod. I'll
Okay.
be back soon, y'all. But thank you for having me up here.
Okay, you're welcome. And thank y'all
Bye.
again for joining my live. My man texted me like 2 hours ago, asked me when I
I
was
know
on.
my fiance gonna be so pissed.
I know, so I gotta go, y'all.
I
I
gotta
enjoyed
go.
y'all conversation though.
Me too.
It was nice meeting you.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. I'm sorry. Good night, everybody.